Hello and good morning everyone, just getting ready on all of the different streams so we can get ourselves into the thick of things. Going to turn the camera off for a little bit and we'll be back to that. Is the wrong tab. I need to get things loaded up on Onivia's channel as well, so just bear with me a second folks. I've got to go do that thing where I get coffee, get ready, and get those vocal cords warmed up. I say that, I don't actually warm up my vocal cords anymore. Maybe I should start to go doing that. Anyway, in a minute.
观看2025英雄联盟职业联赛第3赛段，您可以通过英雄联盟客户端转上英雄联盟及英雄联盟赛事官网 LPL.QQ.com、虎牙直播、斗鱼直播、哔哩哔哩直播、咪咕视频、腾讯视频、腾讯体育、新浪微博、微信视频号进行收看。电视机前的召唤师可以通过百视通平台收看全程赛事。 嘿，来认识一下这位新队友，全新沉淀 CLA， 李宁英雄联盟泳池派对2025新品现已上市。上京东搜赛事预测，使用 AI 预测，助你赢1000元耳机。我在场就是主场，莫兹利安为 LPL 奶一口。全新 OPPO Find X8 系列夜景人像神器，夜拍超清晰，人像 MVP。 TCL 全屋智慧家电，峡谷英雄敢为不凡。2025 LPL 官方指定家电产品，更受电竞用户喜欢的能量饮料，有能量当然占马。傲风电竞椅连续5年中国电竞椅销量第1，开一局吗？开就开，保护有度度，尽情开一局。感谢全场保护的杜蕾斯。 酷睿 Ultra 200HX AI 高进游戏本，游戏本的6边形战士。
欢迎来到2025英雄联盟职业联赛第3赛段，麒麟锐起破晓而击。今年苏州 LNG 战队将在主场羊城国际电竞馆迎战深圳 NIP 战队，让我们有请双方对阵战队。
First match of the day, LNG versus NIP over in LNG's home arena in Suzhou.
"首先欢迎深圳 Ninjas in Pajamas， 上单 Solo Q， 打野奶油，中单 Doing B， 下路 Live， 辅助 Nike。接下来让我们欢迎苏州 LNG eSports， 上单紫卡，打野小方。 中单海超，下路 Fish One， 辅助 OBO。LPL 第3赛段组内赛第6周第2日的第1场比赛，由深圳 IP 对阵苏州 LNG 即将开始。LPL 无畏进巅峰。
Here we go again, another day of LPL. Teams on the stage, set down, and we'll get ourselves into our first series of the day. Oops. Should have really waited until that transition completed to do that. Hello everyone. Hey Unity, hey Judge Peanut, hey Montes, hey Pet God. Who else have I missed? Tsukes, Akashi, Kites, hey, good to see you. And of course across our other channels as well if you're live on Onivia. Or on of course my own YouTube as well. Welcome to you as well. This series is, let's have a look at the implications for this actually. LNG are currently at 1-6. They have 3 more series left to play. They can still qualify for the, I suppose, play-ins to playoffs. NIP have already qualified for that by going 8-1. They also beat EDG. They've only lost 1 series, and that has been to EDG. That being said, they have a worse game score. They've dropped a lot more games across their series than EDG have. So, you know, even though they beat EDG, there's still some question about who the best team in Group Nirvana is. LNG on the other side, currently in terms of individual games, 5-12 alongside their 1-6 series record. LNG lost to Ultra Prime the other day, which really put them into disarray. What that means is we have literally top of Group Nirvana versus the bottom of Group Nirvana in terms of series score. LNG are going to have a hell of an uphill battle, which feels so sad to say, because LNG were a team that were battling for LPL championships not too long ago. Get ourselves into the draft. Zoom up and on the chairs there. Into our first draft of the day. I watched the replay of yesterday this morning because it was really late for me and I was in shock at that last fight. Yeah, me too, and I almost blew out my my vocal cords doing that one. Hey everyone, how's it going? All the people coming into chats. Okay, Viego early ban is not going to remove an OP. You know what I mean? I say a lot, but it's not removing Varus, not removing Pantheon, Talia. Hey, Omar, good to see you as well. There's a lot of OPs. Vitality versus Casey last night was so good. It was. And I'm somehow going to blame Niski for it. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to blame Niski for Casey losing to Vitality. Man. Varus first pick, the easy lock-in. Now, do you remove the Rumble from Varus Rumble? It's not a duo in bot lane, it's a duo in top lane and AD carry, but it is so strong. It's so strong. Yeah, I think you remove the Rumble away from it, because what happens when you have both of them on the same team is Varus hits an ult, Rumble gets a full duration equalizer onto someone who's a rooted target, and you can't win the fight after that point. Double long range, high damage, mixed damage champions. Rumble locked in for LNG easily here. What do you think of Doomby's new hairdo? I'll let you know next time I see it on screen. Does top esports have a chance against anyone's legend? Yeah, they do. It should be an awesome match. Pantheon locked in for Xiaofeng. Not wanting to give over Pantheon Talia to the side of NIP either on 2-3. Both those champions available. Oh, thank you so much for the gift subs, Peanut. 5 gift bomb from Peanut. You're very, very kind, and we appreciate having you around. Skarner locked in for Nio. It's okay versus the Pantheon, a little bit more tanky. You could, I suppose, with Trundle no longer an option, angle for Ornn Sion later into the draft now. I like how there's someone, one of the gift subs goes to someone called Stay Goldie S. Stay Goldie is very close to the father of Goldship, Stay Gold, and we see a lot of Goldship on the stream, don't we? Sivir locked in for Fish One, of course. Oh, Fish One and Ovo. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Oh, that isn't a new hairdo from Doomby, is it? It's the same color. I think he's just brushed it differently, hasn't he? Hey, Tak, good to see you. Oh, Tak, I showed the Lego Luke Skywalker helmet on stream yesterday, by the way. NIP banned Viego over Pantheon, lol. So I do understand that, but Xiaofeng is a notorious Viego player. When he was on OMG, the only way they would win games was with him on Viego. So it is a real specialty comfort pick for Xiaofeng. Should have mentioned that before, really. I don't know why my brain was slow to kick into action on that one. Second round of bans. Oh, Silas and Chill, thank you so much for the sub as well. We're being very, very supportive early in the morning today. Well, early in the morning for me might not be. It's not even early in the morning, it's 11 o'clock. It's not even that. Look, early into the stream, which for me is my morning because I wake up, I stream, I go to bed, I wake up the next day and I repeat it all over again. It's Groundhog Day, but well, I was about to say without the character development. Maybe I'd do that too. Who knows? Isn't Nio also a really good Viego? Yes, but I don't think he's picking it towards, you know, the very first echelons of the draft. The Alistair comes through. Not bad versus the Skarner. You can cleanse off the Impale. You can kind of, you know, tank up the Impale, ult, and then you can go turn it around onto them. I'm very appreciative of your effort with covering my favorite region. Well, I'm appreciative of you Being appreciative of us. Ovo's hair is so cool. Oh, that hair is so cool. Ambessa locked in for NIP, wanting to get onto that backline a little easier. And solo kills, happy taking that into the rumble. Nymaera gets himself Rel. Gonna be honest, I know nothing about Fish1 and Ovo. They're quite new pickups, and they were replacing Photic or LP and Draw for LNG. I think they've done okay, actually, that bot lane, on an individual level. Now, they've still lost series, they've still lost games. Aurora comes in as the last pick for High Chow. Has okay side lanes versus the Ambassador and the Talia. Can be a little bit risky versus the Ambassador when you can start to side lane later. And full compositions, Silas gives out 10 community gift subs as well. You are such an angel, chat, today. Appreciate each and every one of you. Who did you hit with that one? You hit Kaze. Ah, they're around in different chats, actually. Well, I appreciate you all giving that out. First game of the day, folks. I think LNG have more damage. Is that true? God, that might not even be true, you know? I mean, I think this is a very even draft. You've got Doomby on a global Talia. You have engaged threat from both sides. You have different flank angles, different scaling angles even. This is a very even draft. Very even draft. This is the kind of League of Legends I like to see today, folks. Because it means that it's about execution, it's about gameplay. I don't think either team has 3 winning lanes or massively outplays you and outpowers you at the start or end of the game. Fish1 also replaced Photic. Because he's my favorite. Photic has to be my least favorite player in recent years. He's definitely had a rough one, hasn't Photic? I think it was LP who he replaced, but Photic was with Joe for a long time. I'm trying to remember how long he was on LNG for. When things changed about that. He's not been around there for a while though, folks. Let's get ourselves into game. Gonna quickly get my coffee, so I'll leave you alone for just 1 minute. Hey Rizzo, good to see you. Hey Duo as well. Sam is still in London today. He's practicing for a wedding band rehearsal. Or rather, not practicing for the rehearsal. He's rehearsing as... He's just gone to a wedding band rehearsal. You know, he's playing at someone's wedding. He's rehearsing for it. Is that desynced audio I hear? It is a little bit. I'm going to have to restart the clean feed once we get out of the action. Just very, very quickly. Just because the audio is a little bit desynced. I'm going to make sure that is making sure that's really on point there. Sometimes this happens when we record different places. That should be now fine. Just doing that to make sure that the audio is as on point as it can be. And I kept missing the crash down. Good damage from Leave onto Fish1. What's happening with these early game jungle paths? Bots top on both sides. So they won't be interacting with bot lane that much. Have I recovered from last night's BLG IG masterpiece? My voice is still a little raw. Not gonna lie, that last team fight left my voice a little raw, folks. Is the sound only delayed for me, or is that normal here? No, that is just a clean feed thing. Sometimes the sound can get desynced because we use an SRT feed to get the feed directly from China. And if it gets desynced, I have to restart the feed. String goes black for a second or two, and we get our audio back. So that's how we fixed it out there. Hey, TSC, let's see. Double arrow from Leave there. See the Varus taking decent control over the lane. Headbutt away from Ovo. But you know what? Ended up being quite okay on his debut. Now, I know that LNG are 1-6. They did start their first round robin. 0-5. Wait, just admit you're knocked in IRL? Darkness. I always wanted to be, you know, Terry Pratchett's Death, who speaks in all capitals, but is trying to be human-ish. His employers have advised him to be more personable. By the way, if no one's ever read the Discworld books, go read Guards, and a few of the others. They are very, very, very good. Nio and Nymaera have been sold. They have been. Yeah, they have been. IP, using them to great success. Currently 8-1. Xiaofeng getting traded on pretty hard here. Doomby, if he gets in range for an E, could force the flash. Trying to... Ooh, force him not to go back to the inner turret because he thought he'd be chased down by the flick back. Has to flash out anyway. Doomby using the rock surfing passive for the extra move speed to force Xiaofeng's flash. Right there, you could see the angle he was choosing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go do that thing where I go read Discworld. Exactly. Discworld is incredible. It is really, really good. Scuttle dead on top side. 1-for-1 between junglers there. Xiaofeng losing the flash though does keep NIP's lanes a lot safe. Reminder that NIP with Nio and Nymaera currently best team in Group Nirvana. Now that's a really cool story to follow because they were the duo of jungle support on one of the best LDL teams of the recent years, Top Esports Challengers. That's been a team which has put through a ton of talent over time into the LPL. But these two, you know, I don't think their debuts were fantastic, but they've been pretty okay, actually. They've been pretty okay. Would be cool if we get a darkness every time you reset the feed. What I can do is I can get a sound clip of it, and I can play that every time it happens. I'd need to set that up, but I could do that. That is within my power. Slower early game, no explosive ganks, no explosive skirmishes, one flash blow and that's it. Do get bot lanes resetting now. Nymaera looks in towards mid, doesn't really find anything. Level 6 hit by High Chat. Doomby, how did he miss that much XP? I mean, I guess if he cleans up the rest of this wave, it'll be fine, right? Might have missed a min. No, wait, he's gonna be a full wave behind. How did Doomby miss that much XP? Alex, I was thinking after yesterday, if you were to associate a champ with the region, what would it be for LPL? Okay. That's... I think right now LPL would actually be Aurora. Heavy team fight, heavy flanking, side laning. I think Aurora is actually quite LPL coded right now. I think in the past you could have said something like Fiora or something like that. I actually think LPL... as a region, like they are an Aurora region. Whereas LCK is more like a Zir, right? Which is the do-it-all champion with incredible scaling. Jumping forwards onto Ovo. Does have both summoners, blows the heal, still has flash. Not really sure NIP have the go buttons to keep going with that now. Flash away from Nio, evening up the summoners between junglers. Quite hard to cut through an Alistar and a Skarner early into the game. I think in its current era, I don't think I can say LPL is Fiora anymore. I don't think I can say that anymore. I suppose you could also say, I don't know. No, I think Aurora is it. I think Aurora is the LPL pick right now. In terms of what I think of how it plays to playstyles. While it might not be the most picked or the most banned or perhaps even the most iconic, I think it's quite descriptive how we play the game. Good E there from Doomby. Would have stunned Xiaofeng if he jumped forward into a W. Good discipline from Doomby. Means he escapes without using his summoner. Of course, NIP picked up Doomby at the start of the year. It's a great fanfare. This guy is a world champion. A lot of people have a lot of love for him. Of course they do. Difficult year, fair to say. But things are looking okay right now. They've made a whole bunch of other changes coming into this split, of course, with earlier in the year, Shanji, top laner, being replaced by Solokill, who I think has also been great. He was also a LDL player. He's just dashed forwards. Is that a problem? He's going next to the wall against the Alistar, which is not always the best thing. You can space out his combo, but fine enough here. Azir or Wukong for LCK? I think Azir, yes. I would have also called LCK the Sejuani region at points, but yes. I mean, you know, Wukong's also not bad. There's not bad a representation of LPL as well. But I think, go back towards 2023 and I would have said that, but that's because it was so played. Dragon started up, teleports across the map too, being channeled. LNG's bot lane are on top side. Means they're without Alistair or Sivir. Alistair just recalled. Dragon pulled off of. Quite dangerous to go towards early dragons. Often tank a little bit more than you want. LPL feels like the most support-determined Tier 1 league. I mean, look at Hung or Vampire. It feels like when they underperform, it's always a loss, Ammo. I mean, that's... I think that LPL has had, as Scrubs go over towards NIP, I think LPL has had some very inconsistent support performances for quite a while now. I think since Ming stopped playing, which is a real shame, that's a whole contract scenario. After Ming stopped playing, after... Mako started to become much more inconsistent. I think that the support level has been all over the place. Dragon goes to LNG, trade of Grubs for Dragon, all in all. Means, yeah, our support pool has not been consistently fantastic. You know, On... Everyone knows that On can be a world-beating support. Very hard to put him up at that top level of supports though with his inconsistencies. That being said, the caveats are he's had to play with a million different junglers. Was kind of that though, even with a consistent jungler. Flash away. Ooh, and an ult from the Civ as the Varus ult came in. There's a Pantheon ult coming in now too, level 7. There's a flash on the Pantheon, but he's not in range of it. Good flash by Leave to not get hit by a slow that. Pantheon ult, first one of the game. Gets summoners, but nothing else. Man, I miss Ming. So do I. Ming was fantastic. Ming was fantastic. You even think of players like Sword Art. Sword Art in like 2020 was insane. Then of course he went to NA to collect a fat paycheck, and that was really the last we saw of him. To an extent, you know. Nightcap. Really look to cancel a recall. There's a... Ooh, good damage there. Both of them landing to make sure that spell shield didn't stop one of those skill shots. Also feel like LPL draft today is very similar to how LCK teams draft compared to other years. Well, we'll maybe answer that in a second. Catch onto Ovo, has a flash, doesn't get over the wall, and he can't glance the ult now because he cast his own ult early. Uses the exhaust, well, Niket uses the exhaust there, and High Chaos comes out. Do they have enough damage? Ovo, what's this? No, he'll go into an early grave. Dernby gonna take some damage from the Aurora. Do they have another skill shot? Another bit of damage? No, they don't, and High Chaos, Shalvi, no! Burning down, but not gonna hit the ground. One for none. And it does burn. The burn comes through. The tremors from the Sagana passive kill the Aurora. LNG lose 2 around the bot lane. That was about as good of a play as Ovo could get through at the back end of the plate. Still burned down. Tried to use that ult as late as possible to cleanse off CC. NIP were waiting for him to use that, so he couldn't cleanse off the Impale. Let's see a replay of that, actually. Although, he's trying to save the recall of his AD carry. And he does manage to do so. Driven into the wall, double knockup. Flashes away from the knockup. The ult's still running. Headbutts Nyket, hopefully back to tower, and a little bit of a ability to gap close there too. Ovo can't do anything more than this. He's trying to save the recall of his AD carry. With that in mind, that's all he can do there. Oh, great wall stun by Nio. And then he gets the Tremors passive. Look at this. Tick, tick, tick. Blam. Sagana passive, for those of you that don't know, when you hit someone with multiple skills, I think it's 3 skills or empowered auto attacks from the Q, you start dealing max HP damage over time to them. Nightcat forced over the wall, crash down, Ovo. Might get the auto attacks done after. Yeah, Nightcat is probably dead here now. Well, he doesn't kill him flash. Can he make an escape similar to Ovo? I don't think so. He's going to choose to conserve the summoners, go down. Another good combo by Ovo, actually. Now Pantheon onto the flash. There's Varus. He's gone too far. Potentially trying to save his AD carry. Good CC. But no follow-up. No follow-up. Leave will make it out safely. The Ghost Blade will see him. A bit more move speed to Early game, not 2,000, 1.5 thousand gold lead to NIP. We'll be kind to LNG here. A lot of that in mid lane. Doomby getting a kill and assist. Paichai being down a kill. How's XP across the board looking? Good for leave. Nightcat's dropped a little bit of XP compared to Ovo. Top lane's fine. Jungle is fine. A little bit of an XP lead to Niam, nothing huge. Need to keep track of them. XP leads can appear very quickly. Which one doesn't miss the count? Worried there. Has the intel built up first. Poke Varus going towards 2 items though. This Poke Varus is going to be very, very happy that there's not that much on the other side which can stop him from DPSing besides, you know, dunking down on him with a ton of damage. There's no tanks to kind of stand in front of him and give him issues. Dragon's spawning will be second of the game for LNG, but I don't think they're going to contest it. Talia will shove up mid lane. They've already pushed up bot lane with the Ambessa. Shuffling is walking into river. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps there will be a contest. I think it'd be dangerous for them to do so, especially with the Talia wall able to fly into the play. See that Doomby, as soon as he sees there might be a contest, walks over. Will now teleport towards top side, collect a wave which was being pushed in by Zuka. Zuka. That's the name. And this top laner for LNG has been... He's been put through the circles that Hali has, folks. He's been a very good top laner, despite being on arguably the worst team in the league. Ooh, ult comes through. Spell Shield we used on the arrow earlier. This one taking a ton of damage. And, yeah. Leave lands himself to catch them. Just a little bit. Next time that fishing hook goes out, the fish will get caught. Not too cheesy. That felt too cheesy. That felt too cheesy. We had fish for dinner last night. Nice. Fish fingers, kind of. Don't know why you needed to know that, but now you do know. Doomby, where is he in terms of his global capability? Level 11, so slightly longer range wall now. Feels so bad for Zuka. It is hard not to. It's really hard not to. This guy has been so good. He is probably a top 4 top laner in the league when he's playing at his best. And I don't think he's been playing at his best, but he's been playing incredibly well compared to the rest of the level of LNG. I don't think you would have blamed him for abandoning ship, not going to lie. He was the hottest prospect of an early offseason a couple of years ago. Nightcat going to get completely removed from the map. No HP left. 4-man unit in that brush. Was trying to sit around with the rest of his group, reclaim vision. Just pounced on easily by LNG. Although, quickly dealing with him. Combo comes out from the Aurora. Oh, still has some HP. Ovo has flash. Arrow's landing though. I mean, Leave is pretty damn strong. Jumping into mid lane. Zerka does have flash. They forced it out. Okay. Just aiming for the flash there, I think. I don't think they can get that much more of it. I think with Zerka having to flash away and not being within range to equalize, it leads to LNG failing off the objective. Yeah, bailing off of it. Push in towards that mid lane. Harold's still available, of course. Does Naya go towards it now? Nightcat has now respawned, has flash, has combo. Obviously very easily taken down at that first entrance to the play, but it gets to turn back and have another shot at it. If we're going to talk about LDL prospects, though, for NIP, have to talk about it for Leave, though. Leave on EDG Youth was being set up to be the next star of the LPL. If you look at the Chinese broadcast when he came around, they had so much content prepared for him. Then there was some controversy about some social media stuff. Apparently had an account which was flaming his jungler GG. He had like an alt account on Weibo which was doing that. There was a whole load of other controversy, and that kind of oh no, Novo. Alistair will go down after a failed flash over the wall. Tried to flash and then headbutt Doomby a bit further back. Nice pick off onto the Alistar. Doomby quick on the E fingers as well. Turret in mid lane goes down. First turret of the game is going to LNG, despite the fact that they don't have any grubs. Makes it harder for them to kill turrets. Feats is trying to go over towards NIP though, so actually, first turret doesn't really matter. They had the 3 kills, they had the 3 objectives. So first turret doesn't matter, just the fact that the tower goes down is important now. Because of the gold attached to it. There's no extra gold for first turret anymore. Leave at a clean 2-item spike. No money spent on boots, which means you have, 800 gold ahead of the curve compared to some AD carries. Has the free-ass boots from the inspiration tree. Very close to that Muramana transformation now too. You'll get it on the next wave. Needs one more charge of it. Should actually wait until right. He should have waited until just then to get the transformation of it. Guess it will one more spell hit now. Oh, sorry, 360, not 260. I'm stupid. Well, he's not very close to it then, is he? I'm dumb. I saw like 50. I saw blah 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 150 something. I thought, oh, we'll get it now. Outer turret will go down in favor of NIP. They've taken 2 turrets on the side lanes. LNG have taken the one in the mid lane. Mid lane outer turret is the most important tower in the game. Helps you control the map, vision, and rotating around the map. But outside lane outer turrets, when you have a Doomby Talia heading at you, kind of scary to drive through the wall. Didn't want to get jumped onto by Xiaofeng. Dragon has spawned, one apiece right now. This could be quite an informative fight. I think we are aiming for a fight. Damn, that's good poke from Leave. This Varus has been doing bits. I think Leave has been incredible on the Varus so far, keeping himself safe. And again, just look at the damage. Fish One's not been able to play. Poor guy, he's been trying to keep his spell shield alive, has to force the ult, and this is because of the poke landing from the Varus. Doesn't have the HP to stand and fight. Herald will go into mid lane. Can they kill it in time? No, they can't. And the turret will take a chunk. Leave, when's the next arrow coming through? Because that stuff has been annoying. Yep, down to about half HP now is that Alistar. Ult coming through. I think they see that as the go button. The HP bar is not looking fantastic. There's no flash on the Alistar. He lost that earlier. Novo strikes again. And a flash away from Fish One. He can't do anything here. Cleanse away from the Varus ultimate. Pinged by 2 ultimates in the same fight. Makes it out alive. NIP, significant advantage now around the dragon. LNG, they just sit around, can't find an engage, get poked down to hell. And that inactivity and inability to find an angle leaves them without a dragon. And without position to contest it. Atakan's now spawned. I don't think an IP will rush that. I bloody hope they don't. Atakan is nasty. Must have been about the 5th arrow which Leave hit during this fight. Doomby gets into a good angle. Catches out the Alistar still with that flash from that top side play. Picture in picture, we do actually have a fight in bot side. Flick back misses. E forced out from the Pantheon. Alistar still doesn't have flash and now doesn't have ultimate. Well, I think his debut's been okay. This one is a bit of a horror show now for the Alistar. Good start to the game. Now just getting picked off on cooldown. NIP organized about how they look for picks. Let's split up and look for picks. As I don't know. Is it Fred from Scooby-Doo? Fred from Scooby-Doo. That's what he'd say. And they'd have, that thing where they have a chase scene and they run between different doors and come out of different ones. Normally normally you go through one door and you come out of the same door, you see. Yeah. Jump onto Xiaofeng. This is what we didn't see in the picture-in-picture. It started up a little early. The Impale flashed away from. That's important. No flash on Pantheon means his playmaking is pretty removed. Leave. That was a bad teleport, friend. Loses both technical summoners there. He used the teleport and then flashes out. I mean, we'll see if LNG can punish that. They haven't been able to do so far. Oh, Leave. That was a play of all time. Didn't get punished for it, though. Never punished. Ovo flashing over the Shattering Strike and getting some CC down. Doesn't pop the ultimate just yet, and he might feel like he wanted to. Damage coming through onto him. Is there any more burn? He'll survive. Ovo and Nymaera, both living to tell the tale. I love how Nymaera... That's a bug, by the way, sometimes. Rakan sometimes says that, too, where he hits the blast gun and just flies straight up in the air. Atakan forced now. NIP, are they going to get contested on it? LNG do not have the information to know which kind of HP it's at, or if it's even being done at all. Pushing in the bot side. And it is coming down here. It's under half HP. I think NIP should just keep DPSing this, though. They have the Varus ult. There's no flash on Pantheon. He could have ulted in, I suppose, and died for the objective. Now Doomby gets a slap back with his own global. Flick back misses. Good damage. Slow from Nio. Discarna really annoying at this point because he's really, really tanky. They do have an equalizer. Could throw that into the choke point. Panic is coming through as well. Who are they trying to ping? Well, that's going right into the middle of the enemy team, so the Pantheon doesn't really feel that good. Equalizer is okay in the choke point, but it's not that much. And Leave gets pinged by the Ambessa. Leave is, Fish 1 gets pinged by it. And, I mean, that is the Ambassador doing work in the backline. Gets 2 there. Solo kill makes it a double in the backline. Leave does die to Zucker in the backline of the fight, so both AD carries go down 2 for 2, but reminder that the Atacam was taken by NIP, so they walk away with the better share of the objective. Doomby pulling a knight with the 9-stack Magi is now brought in after this fight, feeling confident. Doomby has become, core to this team. NIP picked him up, and the changes changed around him. Doomby forcing Haichao back here, really important. Delays the combo coming through, means that Xiaofeng doesn't have much support here. Ambassador jumps onto one AD carry. The problem is that then leaves Rumble alone with his own AD carry. He gets 2 kills, so you forgive him. But Ambassador being the one person stood in front of the Varus going, haha, I'm protecting him, and then just blinking out and saying, see ya, buddy. Oh, God. Ugh. Why are LNG so scared to fight when they have a champ advantage, or don't they have confidence? Well, I think that the drafts are even enough, right? I keep saying right, I need to stop doing that. It annoys me when I say that. But I think it's even enough. And LNG have had this problem with inactivity for the last 2 years, I want to say now. Yeah, 2 years now. 23 was when they looked fantastic, and then last year they started to lose proactivity again. No, last year. No. Last year they actually went towards. No, that's not true. It really is this year. Although there were some points where LNG were known as a slower team. The thing about LNG in 23 and 24 was that they played by the book. And if the book said play slow, they played slow. Which is why some people didn't like them scaling and waiting and playing slowly around objectives or side lanes. They had Scout and Gala. They were very, very good late game carries. Oh, Pantheon going to be unable to be stopped. Solo kill, trapped in the side lane. Fish 1 trying to run out, and that's a great ultimate for Solo kill to bring him back into the team formation. There's no flash on the Alistair. I think he's going to die here alone. Sad, sad cow alone in the barn. He's gone to the farm upstate. Ovo goes down easy as you like. Great ultimate from Solo kill to bring him back to safety in amongst his team's phalanx. That'll get them the dragon. And LNG, another... At least they try to make a play there, but it's just not well executed enough. NIP answer quickly. And NIP reminding us that they are, the 8-1 team within Group Nirvana, and LNG struggling to make ends meet themselves at 1-6. They had one series win, rather, after the first round robin. They had a 0-5 completely winless first round robin. That is a fast Talia. The Magi is being so quick on his feet. He has a crazy advantage over Haichao. 1.6k. A level lead. Magi's in inventory as well. That is why Magi's can be so powerful, by the way, folks. Magi's tier 2 boots, rock surfing passive. Talia moves around just like a rocket unleashed now. A rocket? LNG is so much less than the sum of their parts. That is a good way to put it. I think Haichao has been decent before. I think Zucker has been a top 4 player in his role in the league before. I think that Ovo has actually had an okay debut. Fish 1, I don't really know enough to say about him. It's quite hard to say. AD carry is one of those roles which is, you have to play within the envelope your team gives you, and LNG is not giving him one right now, so how can you judge an AD carry like that? Xiaofeng on OMG as well was okay. He was a mid-table jungler. So LNG has a few players in here which would make easily into mid-table teams, except LNG is not a mid-table team. They are firmly at the bottom of the table. Red buff seal for NIP on the agenda. It's like going to the supermarket, going to the red buff aisle. I don't know what kind of discount they get on it this time. Oh, because you're NIP, we'll give you 50% off. Imagine that superstar status. Both these teams, ones with home arenas. I actually wonder, because NIP, they're based in Shenzhen, LNG based in Suzhou. I wonder how I wonder how the local city... I get that, you know, esports, despite it being much more mainstream than China. I wonder if the players, like, around the cities they're based in have any more kind of, like, regional loyalty from the fan base there, you know? Wait, you made a recent LPL All-Pro team? Was it all IG, TFC? Was it all IG? By the way, like, I will say, like, I like Rookie, and I think Rookie's been doing really well this play. Hang on, Sivrel goes onto Nio as he jumps forward and doesn't get that much. The Impale stops Ovo from ulting him, from headbutting him back. Now Pantheon left alone in the middle of the back line, completely alone. Misses the Ambassador ult, does solo kill. There's no flash on Xiaofeng now. If he did get hit by the ult, I think he would have been dead to rights. Turns out he's still dead to rights. The equalizer onto 3 is not bad, but the Locket soaks up a bunch of that damage. Ovo pinged by an unlucky Impale there, could have potentially punted the Skarner back into the team, where I think he would have taken a lot of damage. There was a 2-item Sivir potentially hitting him, of course, with the Aurora as well. Jumping forwards now, front to back has established itself, but one team has 5 members, the other one has 4, and one of them might be on 3 soon as well. Yep, that's the third. Zerka spotted with a sweeper in the brush now. Does not give a damn. He's walked forwards for even more damage. This Skarner has been instrumental to NIP's success. Nio, part of that jungle from the LGL duo of Nyket and Nio, cleaning up shop here. LNG wiped off the board, 5 for none. No one dies in NIP after an ill-fated dive. Saw Xiaofeng left alone, dead to rights. LNG just can't piece together and engage. NIP much better at playing in the 5v5s. Baron will go to the side of NIP. They'll see themselves in sole control of this game now. Minute till Dragon, that would be sole control. How funny you say in chat. They get to reset, spend their gold. 23 stacks on the Medjais for Doomby, by the way. Nio didn't quite get the range on his thing that he wanted, and then charging up the ult to make sure he can't get headbutted back. Nio, that is insane. I think Nio's been my MVP. I think early game, Leaf was doing some crazy damage, but the more I look at this, the more Nio has been just so crucially clutch. I watched a movie with some Yorkshire accents in it the other day, and now I'm stuck talking like this. It's not even that Yorkshire, but it's not I'm stuck talking now. It's just a bad Yorkshire accent. Nio just kept rolling forwards. The Skarner has been so disgusting. I think NIP, amongst other teams within the LPL, have... Oh, he even cancels out another headbutt pole with his wall drive. That's insane. Oh, Nio. Great game from him. I don't really think Ovo is playing that bad. No, I don't think so either. It's just... How do you judge players on LNG when they just don't play as a unit? How do you judge this team? Ult's coming in again. Zerka jumped on by Doomby. Remember, he has 23 Medjai stacks onto him, which means he dies very, very quickly. Clean engage by the Rel. Leave left on one side of the fight, but he has a ton of damage, and high chat flick back by Doomby. Again, solo kill cleaning up on the other side of the fight. Clean up at all aisles. LNG go down. Part and parcel. 5 for none. Another clean ace. LNG just cannot piece together and engage. They're going to double teleport, triple teleport even, into the mid lane. Reminder that Leave has one of them too, and that should be the end of the game, just over 32 minutes in. LNG, less than the sum of their parts, sadly for them. Just not coordinated enough. Not able to play the map well enough to pull NIP into individual fights. When they get to the 5v5s, cannot find their form. NIP at 8-1 take the lead in their 10th series here. And will keep themselves well on pace to finish first, potentially, in this group. Well, we'll see. We'll see. EDG have the better to get game score than them. And they've already played against NIP twice. CDG might well finish above them in the scores, but NIP have already locked themselves the play-ins towards playoffs. I'm going to have to do that thing where I turn my camera on. There we go, I turned it off in the last scene as well, didn't I? Oh, hang on, Andrew, I've just turned the camera on. No, wait, no, it's off now, it's fine. It's off. You've left the room for all of that game, so I'm like, okay, you're not staying in this room anymore. Surely that means... Okay, hello, how's it going? Okay, yeah, but you were gone for like half the game, so like, okay, you've probably gone to sit somewhere else. Anyway, I guess I won't turn the camera on now, but what I will do is tell you, hello, my name's Nymaera. If you'd like to support me on my journey to cover the LPL, well, it has no official broadcast anymore. You can sign up through this QR link to get some coaching resources from OneTricks, coaches, casters as well. I'm going to be on that, about anything and everything League of Legends. Genuinely, I know it sounds a little bit like, oh, it's just one of those things anymore. This is genuinely a very good site, folks. It has guides from OneTricks, including people like Charisma on his Yone, and there's a ton of people with OneTricks in there, actually. I think Peng is one of the best RE OneTricks in the world. Is going to be on there too. Sam and I are going to do a coaching guide there. If you'd like to sign up through the QR code, basically part of the subscription will go to Sam and I instead, which helps us do our thing. There's also, of course, a Ko-fi link as well if you'd like to support us through that. But yeah, until the next game, we'll put on some adverts. We shall enjoy some horse game. What? That's a thing? Yeah, Peng, P-E-N-G. I think it. I'm trying to. Oh wait, I've got new friends. Someone add me. I've got new friends. Ooh, hath added me. Who's new here? I don't think I know them. I mean, I do have my codes like randomly online somewhere, but which means I have 100 followers, which is cool. Okay, we need to figure out what we're doing with I need to put on some ad breaks, folks, and we'll get into
Oh, like.
Yeah, but I think it is an Asian bloke, so I don't know whether it's like got a reference in his language. Is Penguin like the top half of Penguin? That's very funny. I'll look at these damage scores first. I mean, Xiaofeng being at 9k is probably the one standout thing here, and also Haichao and the Aurora being very low damage. Alright, let's get ourselves into horse game. Now, I think I need to get a better debuff run. I think I need a better debuff run. Does this give me some pace chases? Yes, it does. Hello. Bless you. Now, Trickery is okay. Whatever, we can do this. Now, if I get Trickery, that means I don't actually have to run... Yeah, I don't have to run Sweet Tosho, which is fine. We'll do this just because we do have a couple of medium races to run in. This is the combo that we're using right now. It also allows us to do double stamina. I need to get an A rank. I need to get an A rank when I do this. My Evil Nature grind is not doing well. Yeah, and apparently if you're going to go into the open competition, you can't have them at B+. They do actually need to be an A rank. I have one okay A rank one, but it doesn't have like a gold, it doesn't have the gold debuff one. Which is really annoying, actually. Wait, what do you give? Heather sometime? We'll actually go with this. We want to get as many skills as possible. Medium forms? Many debuff skills as possible, I should clarify. Although we do need to friendship max as well. What do you give? You sometimes give hesitant. You give some good ones, actually. The hesitant ones are really good. No, we didn't get a skill from that. Sucks. We need to... I need to not tunnel too much on that, actually, thinking about it. Go on that. 3 on this, we go for this. And you want wit to be maxed out as well, so you always act... Well, not maxed out, but you want it to be high wit. You can, get consistent skill activation. When you're running a debuff run, you do need to get a lot of power. Because you need power to stay in the race. Because your stats are not going to be that high when you go for debuff runs. But if you have power, it's fine. More power. I think we go for 3 on this. We do need to friendship max as well. Oh shit, lost the 12%. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and high roll this run. And we've low rolled. That's not good. Okay. Oopsies. You're the 12%? Thanks, Blade. Where's that other sound coming from? There is a sound coming from somewhere. There is music. Where is that? Is it coming from here? It's coming from here as well. It's all coming from the same clean feed. Huh. Weird. I hit my first 100 wit today outside of summer. Oh, 100. Wait. We never take the extra training if you can help it. Sometimes when you're wit, you can do it. This is first for swing maestro, which is actually kind of important. We want to really get more power. That being said, we've got so low speed. Deserved MVP. I think Naya's been really good. I think actually he's been the standout player from this Nirvana split for me. We passed this, right? Okay. We have 140 speed. That's really bad. Oh god, this could be really bad, folks. Oh Jesus. This might be a quick restart, folks. Yeah, this could be at least our power's good, but we have 140 speed for our first race. Normally we're like over 200. Jesus. Yeah, this could be not great. They run. You can do it, nice nature. You can do it with your 140 speed. Oh god. Oh, she's so slow. Ah, you can do it. Please. Yes. Go, little 140 speed horse. Oh god. Do I have 140 speed IRL? I'm pretty fast. I got long legs. The thing is though, 140 speed for an Uber is probably like, I don't know, 1,000 speed for a human, reminder. You can. I've seen you run, you're not that fast, are you? Okay, we should go to a place where I can watch you run and then I can judge how fast you are. I can, oh my god, Uber Musume IRL. You wanna sign up to my running program, Angie? This, we do probably need a mood up at some point. In fact, I'm gonna do a mood up now and hope we get karaoke. We don't, but that's fine. I used to be a long runner. Damn, cool. I also used to do some long distance running in school, but I always preferred short distance over long distance. No, it's because they will. It's what brought up the entire time in PE. The teachers did it a lot because it's like, oh, they'll just keep doing the fucking long distance shit, you know. I do want to prioritize getting some power early. That being said, if we do whip, we get speed from it. We should probably focus on that too. That's the easy way to get the speed up. Now, if we get, yeah, I do want to run in the hopeful stakes. I do want to run in hopeful stakes. God, my speed is so low. Yeah, just to clarify, this is entirely my own fault. It's just, yeah, this is entirely my own fault. I ain't trying to cover for anything with that. What train? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of warm. I can't remember what this is, but it seems this is skill points, right? YOLO. Shit. Okay, come on. Yes, yes, we high rolled on that fucking finally. Oh god. Basically, if there's like they get injured and you're like, yo, you should just keep going because you know you can power through the injury. Sometimes it makes things obviously worse. Then other times it's like, oh yeah, they get a buff out of this, by the way, which I find just kind of funny.
Who said glue?
Elug. We do this.
就是 LPL 的强度的话，确实还是跟刺激联赛感觉确实还是蛮大的，就感觉对抗上面会更强一点吧，然后就是更加紧凑一点。然后我觉得作为辅助的话，要进步的点还是蛮多的，感觉跟就视野上面或者是打团这方面都有待提高吧。我觉得银阿娜她是一个比较万金油的吧，就感觉她配的辅助还是都蛮多的。然后个人偏向的话，还是主要是看团队的需求吧，就应付
give me a mood +2, that's insane.
然后感觉前期的话，银阿娜也不是特别的弱，就是对。过渡起来其实感觉还是
We'll do this because we need more speed and hopefully get a good debuff skill from this.
大家都是很乐意跟我们沟通，就是
No.
跟飞帅的话，因为之前已经跟他打过多场了，所以
What do you mean mood goes down just after I spend all of that to go back up?
然后就希望接下来我们能纠错，然后打好接下来的。
For God's sake.
目前队伍状态挺好的，然后第二轮肯定是比第一轮状态要好的。 然后我们队伍
What do you mean another? Oh God.
做的挺好的。我们队伍细节的话，就是团战上面的处理吧，更 然后
do sharp gaze that applies in all races.
我觉得他们应该会偏中上打。
Then I might actually. Oh, medium corner, is that worth getting? It might actually be worth getting.
那几个应付。
Just one dip into it. We won't like max it out, but it's nice to get it just to help us through the campaign. Also, our skills are just so ass right now. Like our stats are so ass comparative. Oh God. I mean, we've got decent power, but... Oh Jesus. Whatever, we might finish 10th, but... If we lose this race, I think it's a quick restart, folks. Because, like, we've just had really bad training. Failed training twice, I think, already. We do have practice perfect, which is... Like, that's a decent high roll, but... No late start. Which helps. But we might get stuck in the clump here, which is obviously disaster when you've got 10 people in your same... When you're early game and you have, like, not much power. Getting stuck in the clump is death. We're actually ahead of them right now, though, which is helpful. Just need to make that... That needs to stay the case. Having good power means that you get to your top speed a little quicker. Oh no, we've just fallen all the way back into the pack. That is bad. Still on the outside. I don't know. Positioning does not look great here. We had a great moment when we were ahead of the pack, and then for some reason, it heads right back into it, which is a problem. Sharp gaze is... Oh no, we're just getting fucked here. This is a quick restart. I'm sorry. What do you mean just fell randomly back into the pack? Nah, this is fucked. We start again. How much fans do we get out of this? Nah, it's not enough, really. Oh well, we start again. Yeah, and we get a debuff from that too. Perfect, nice. Nice initiatives. We shall try again. Oh, we did have... Hang on, why did I not use that one Grass Wonder Legacy, actually? Why did I not do that? Or we could do Grass Wonder as well, actually. Where's Grass Wonder? Where are you? This is not as good a thing. Apparently, yeah, Mystifying Murmur is a way better skill than Dominator, apparently. Where is that? Is this the one? Oh, this was our debuff one there. Frenzy Pace Chasers. And Tether. This is okay, actually. We can do that. And then we can do... Did you give Tether as well? Oh, you give Trick Rear. Yeah, that's fine. This is okay, actually. This gives us Frenzy's Praise Shred. This gives us a couple of things to work around. Yep. Then is which one's the one we use for Tether? Is this Tether? This gives Tether, but what's the Subdued Frontrunners? That's still worth getting, actually. Unless there's another weight card we can go for. Anyway, we'll get into draft and we'll figure this out later. Did I run ads? I think I did. Did I not? I did. Yay, cool. All right, let's get into draft then, folks. Okay, which of the OPs are available? Trundle is the big one I see up and available. Both Pantheon and Celia are down. Rumble, Varus, down. In terms of our junglers, well, Wukong's just been banned. Getting to the point where I think that Orianna, Victor become much more powerful mid laners as well. So I think the first string of stuff starts going away. Xiaofeng not going to be allowed his Viego again. It's an easy win condition for struggling teams. You just play for a reset. Surely you don't pick in like Jace first pick. I mean, Zucker's really good at Renekton. First pick Renekton. You know, for another team, I'd say it's trolling, but because Zucker had just the most incredible game on this the other day, you see why. You see why. Senna for leave on the other side. Now, Renekton really hates playing into Senna in a lot of cases because she's really good at killing bruisers, and while she struggles at killing tanks, she does really deal well with bruisers. By the way, Fluffy Nerd, thanks for the follow, I appreciate you. Same, oh my god, that's also me. Hang on a second, Brand locked in this day and age? At this time of year, localized entirely to your kitchen? Can I see it? No. Brand jungle. Alright. Well, I mean, you see the Xante on the other side, and Brand's pretty damn good at that. Brand did get buffed. Yes, I know his passive did get buffed to camps and stuff. It's just that the mid lane meta is not that AD heavy, so you have to go double AP a lot. Yes, I know that Bloodletters helps with that, but AP mid jungle has not been that popular for a while because of this. To play AP junglers, you kind of need stronger AD threats elsewhere on the map. Braum can be surprisingly good into Brand because your shield destroys his ultimate, so it doesn't bounce. That Braum's shield is one of the most important skills in the game into the Brand. We saw that in the last AP jungle meta. 20% bonus damage on passive, longest stun, and arc cooldown went down. Yeah, it was significant buffs across the board for sure. It's just that the current meta right now does not have many AP junglers. Corki and Yone banned away, which are two technically AD mid laners. The Corki less so nowadays. Because now I think Doomby locks in someone like Orianna. Well, do you need something more aggressive from Doomby? No, I think anything outrange is fine. If you outrange the Brand slightly, then Brand sucks. Banning away the Nocturne. Yeah, you want to ban things which are really good at delivering something like an Orianna to your backline. You might still counterpick mid lane. Do you have a jungler that can dive in now without the Vi Nocturne? Well, that'd be different, wouldn't it? AP jungler for AP jungler. Lily are actually genuinely being considered here. Are we going to have a double AP jungle? We are. We're going to have a double AP jungle game. I did not expect that at all, folks. I did not expect that at all. Are we on point 16? You know what? I am not so sure. I'm going to have to go check that out myself because I don't think we were yesterday. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're on point 16. We're on point 16. So, we have had the new patch come through, which does mean the buffs to Brand have been come through. They have come through. Blech. This one goes towards the Smolder. Big late game burst now between Brand and the Smolder. You get to two items on Brand, and he starts to pop. 3 items on Smolder. Pops even harder. The big fish. Yeah, I'm sorry, Harold. I know so in Italian, fish, it would be fishone. Just big fish. But they do, the announcers do announce him as Fish 1. So that is But yeah, sadly, it's not as Italian as Shadow. Doomby thinking about his last pick. Now, I don't mind the Victor. Again, your E outranges stuff like a lot of Brand's abilities if you manage to hit the max range E's. LNG still have a couple of divers going into a lot of anti-melee stuff. They do, however, have good poke now. The Jace mid coming out for Haichao is a specialty of his. Oh my god, whoa, 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 whoa. We haven't seen this in forever. We've got ourselves the Arcane Lovers Quarrel. Jace versus Victor. Someone phone up Jane of JVIC Nation. Get BBNOS on the line. Alright, some trouble in the laboratory. I haven't seen Jace mid in a little while, but it is an AD mid, and Haichao, when Haichao came onto the scene, he was known as a good Jace mid player. I really enjoyed watching him play that. I think LNG have got themselves a decent composition, you know? Can they play it well? That's a different thing. Can I have another coffee, please? Thank you, LNG. Let's get ourselves onto the Rift then. Coach's fist bump. Game 2 well on the way. Doesn't Jace just stomp Victor? Well, not always. Not always. No comments from the peanut gallery. Okay. Who got the better draft? I think LNG has a better draft. I don't think they'll be able to play it better, though, is the problem. And there is the problem of that scaling of the Senna being really... There's no one that deals with Senna that well on LNG. Oh my god, they both even have the arcane skins. Oh. We have the basically Spirit Blossom Victor, Arcane Survivor Jace. Let's get back into it, folks. Okay, Xiaofeng. Ooh, one passive not landing. Does he flash for the auto attack? No, Q start from Doomby, takes some good damage off him. It won't be the death of the Xiaofeng brand at the level 1. The fist bump, Bowman, legendary stuff. Yeah, it's just basically since COVID they don't shake hands. They fist bump instead, which I think there's something to a firm handshake, but it's respectful of each other's health to fist bump like that. Ooh, W at the level 1 there from Fish 1. I'm gonna go quickly restart the clean feed again because it does sound like the thingy is just a little bit off. Darkness. We're back into the thing, blah blah blah. Okay, and we're back, and there we go. Cool. I need to get that Nocturne sound file for every time I restart the clean feed. As well. Nice. Pack of milk, is that what we call it here in Germany? Pack of milk. You know how in Canada they have bags of milk, which again that disturbs me greatly. I say. Yep. Yep. Like if you in D&D, if you have a bag of holding and you put one bag of holding inside of another bag of holding, it opens like a tear into the temporal plane, astral plane rather, and like destroys everything around it. That's how you can kill a Kraken for free. Fighting over the level 1, the Braum, Senna, I think stronger in lane by quite an amount actually, especially against the Leona. But the idea of the LNG lane is not to not necessarily to win 2v2s, it's just to get safe farm. Actually missing a couple of double taps there onto Fish 1. And Ovo would have liked to get that passive rolling a little quicker. Xiaofeng using the buffed brand to clear through jungle. This might be back. This pick might be back, you know. Now, if Jace mid lane is fine, it's stuff like Victor, which is a common blind pick. This is fine. What do you mean going back to the horse meat talk? Who was talking about horse meat? I know in France they eat it a fair amount. Less of a common thing in the UK. Can you get the double taps hit? Yeah, there you go. Leap gets one there. Doesn't get the second one. Me when I put 700 barrels of smoke powder into my bag of holding, then proceed to throw said bag into the nearest cave. Well, at that point, it wouldn't be a cave. It would be like a crater. It would be an open-air canyon. So that, thank you. Doomby. doing a decent job of trading in terms of HP, but Haichao still... This is the thing about Jace in mid lane. You do get bullied out in terms of HP against a lot of stuff. Hang on, punt back into tower. It's going to be 2 turret shots. That's a problem for Zerka. His early lane is now effectively over. We'll need to teleport back. Solo kill will not be under threat of being solo killed anymore. Nice, thank you. Naya making an appearance bot side. It's like having those you know those trail cameras where you have them just in the wilderness and you see what runs over them? You just see a deer. This time they've got a weapon of warfare. Trying to hold the wave outside a tower now. Braum passive onto Ovo. Flash is under tower. He doesn't have that flash now to do anything. He doesn't have a aftershock or anything. Shield used early, and that'll be a dead Leona. Hang on a second, though. Still going to be the 1-for-1, and it is the Smolder getting the kill. I don't think Fish 1 hates that. Now, looking for the double tower shots onto Xiaofeng. Because I was about to say, you know, get the Braum, get the Brand passive there, get the stun onto him, and get the passive active. That could actually be a kill, as long as the stun doesn't go into the Brand. Not the Brand. Cassante W, which makes you unstoppable, gives you all the damage resistance. That's an easy kill. Jump forward into mid lane. Mr. Thales, we've been expecting you. I reckon I could pull off an okay Victor. I do miss Jace mid. I think Jace mid is actually a very fun pick. It's high variance. You know, if you're good at the pick, you get to have a ton of really cool plays on it. It's very mechanical compared to a lot of mid laners. However, it's very risk heavy. You are actually quite fragile compared to a lot of mid laners ever since they nerfed his ranged resists and stuff like that. He definitely does play more like a ranged champion now than a melee one. Whereas before it felt like he was a ranged champion with melee stats. It was kind of a... Oh my god, that's a great point. If Fish 1 like carries a late game, does he become Garadon instead of Gyarados? Oh my god, it'd be like the legendary birds from Pokemon. You've got Fish 1, Gyarados, and then I don't know, Dragon Tress. The evolution of the lesser seen AD carry in LNG. Get himself some stacks into the Cassante. Now, what LNG might look to do is solo lane the Smolder into the Cassante eventually, because the Smolder is actually quite a good side lane matchup into the Cassante. You can die, but it's not too bad. Would he not just be Fish 1, as in W-O-N? Solo kill, trying to stack up that Q, hits the level 6. Now, because of the XP difference between the Smolder and the Cassante, there is actually a chance for solo kill to jump on the Smolder and get some decent kills. Smolder really needs boosts of swiftness to lane against the Cassante too, from what I've found. Jump forward to mid lane. I really like seeing the two arcane skins against each other, actually. The visuals of it are very cool. Solo kills, charging with his Q, pulls him through the wall. Which one does have flash? Will it matter? No, it will not. Damn, that name is appropriate sometimes, isn't it? Gets himself the kill onto the Smolder. Naya on the other side gets the Braum passive, and there's a... Well, hang on a second, there's a wave of tower. Is he able to make it out? No, the minions! The minions not able to tank the turret. I think he ended up taking aggro from a burn onto another target. He was close enough to their tower to switch tower aggro over. Recall's not stopped. Second one is actually Nymaera now in a little bit of trouble. Uses the shield for the move speed. Another Q comes up. Nymaera goes down easily in the top side. Sorokiri. Isn't he a Dragonfish 1 right now? Hey, well, the thing is that, you know, you've already got the chill in your logo. You've got the dragon on the board as well. Just throw as many mythical beasts as you want in there. Because, I mean, I know there are some... we'll get the replay through here. What happened here? Level 6 from Zerka. Oh, well, okay. This is just Zerka things. Senna doesn't want to go beyond the turret, which means that they don't have that much to do there. Flash away from Nymaera. That's really well played from Zerka. But then, yeah, the burn goes on to... The burn is already active onto champions near the turret, so now it picks up aggro, sadly. What are the legendary creatures to the northeast, south, and west for China? Grubs, oh yeah, by the way, Brand's specialty kills Grubs very, very quickly. First one goes down. Now they're going to engage off of that. Good play onto Brand. The Braum, and the ult goes through as well. Wow, that's an easy kill, actually. The Brand doing hella damage, yep. That champion's been buffed a hell of a lot, by the way. Holding the choke point. I tell you what, if Brand is back, that opens up so many different draft options. The patch potentially opening up things closer towards summer of last year in some of those drafts. Some strong AD early game lanes, which get your Brand through the early game, and then the Brand gets to pop off later. Gets himself a great kill there. Starting to pick up farm ahead of Nio now. Nio's starting to go into the enemy jungle. Did we forget what Brand does? Exactly. Exactly. He's only been away for like a year. He was most picked ban jungler for grand majority of last year. I think, by the way, Zyra had some pretty big buffs too, actually, coming through. So perhaps Brand, Zyra both coming back. I have become a bit of a Zyra fan over the years because I played so much Zyra in Arena. For those of you that don't know, I reached rank 1 in Arena by playing Zyra. Bradfield goes down. Going to be taking some hard trades there. There's, damn. As, gotta say that Jace... No. No, not yet. Maybe the next time it happens, we make a joke about that. Okay. Don't you worry, we've got a line prepared. Leave stacks 40 coming up just before the 10-minute mark. Hang on a second, that's really good stacking from Leave. $40 stacks at 10 minutes. You normally expect 50 at 20. Now, if he keeps it up at that rate, he'd have 80 stacks by 20 minutes. That is insane value. This is a farming center. I guess he's just like been permanently farming. I haven't watched his map movements, but has he been walking around following the jungle? Leave previously in this split ended up getting, I think, a world record for this value of center. That's a dead Sensei. Yep, that's why you pick Renekton Brand. Renekton has always been an AP jungler enabler. Renekton Nidalee, Renekton Lilia, Renekton Talia, Renekton Brand. If you stun someone in front of an AP jungler, they get their full combo. AP junglers are very commonly gated by the fact that they have to hit their shit, and it's quite hard to do that. With Renekton, that is much less of an issue. Brand 2-0. LNG looks so much better in this game, don't they? Also completely unrelated, but Japanese curry is so much better when you use stock and Hondashi, along with root. Yeah, I mean, Sam made a homemade Japanese curry the other day, actually. Now, I'm just happy with golden curry blocks. I think they're fine. What I would suggest for your curries, put grated or like shredded radish and spring onion on top of it as condiment, and also put it with like mozzarella or melted cheese. Japanese curry is really good with melted cheese on top of it. Not all curries are. Not all Indian curries or Thai curries, stuff like that. I wouldn't say that, but golden curry is absolutely fine. Also, what I would suggest as well, because I make a lot of Japanese curry, if you're cooking it and you're putting the potatoes in, make sure you cut up most of the potatoes chunky, but then have, I'd say, about a half to a full potato of quite small diced bits, because what that will do is those small diced bits will kind of get mushed up and fry onto the bottom of the pan, and it'll give you like a really nice kind of like fried potato taste in it as well. Fish one, ulting on bot side for the heal. Leave really dealing well with that 1v1. Cooking lessons with Nymaera. Cooking stream 1. Questions abound. Dragon is alive, and I'm not talking about the smog. Shafan wants to take the scuttle if possible. Don't think there's going to be a contest on that. Early smites takes care of that. Can you say that again about the food? Yes, I can, Hidom. So Japanese curry. There's a lot of... Pretty much everyone has their own variation of Japanese curry. Look, okay, look, I'll talk about it after the dragon fight, because... There's probably going to be a dragon fight. Yep, there is. There we go. Evo goes on to leave. Flashes out, cleanses away. The center ult doesn't hit anyone, so no damage comes through. Kelstorm's drops on the other side. That's not bad. Nio lands the double sleep. Is there any follow-up? Flash forward for the W. Q afterwards as well. Dead Brand. Has he died for the attempt? Perhaps. Smolder can get some damage in, and a snipe from the Jace takes down the enemy jungler. 1-for-1, but HP bars in favor of NIP. Flash forward for the Braum passive. Jace potentially getting taken down by his old partner in crime as well. Victor not able to finish that one off. The Cassante will live in the 1v1 on top side. Have NIP earned themselves the dragon? Probably not with their own jungler going down. A lot of your DPS onto the objective there comes from your jungler. Okay, dragon fight over. Yes, about food. So when you're making Japanese curry, Golden City curry blocks are completely fine. Just use them. But I would suggest grated radish springing in on top of it for condiment. It's just really good, just like fresh taste on top of it. You can also do some fresh chili with that too if you particularly like that taste as well, or if you've got ones if you need a little bit more spice. Leave, of course, escapes the cleanse through there, but then misses the ult into everyone, so less damage coming through. Oops. And then the other thing I'd suggest is, when you're putting potatoes in the curry, because every curry has potatoes and carrots for Japanese curry, make sure you cut up, like, an amount of the potatoes large and small. Like, I'd say if I'm putting 4 potatoes in, I'd put one of them fully just into, like, halves or quarters, and then I'd put, like, 1 or 2 as quite small ones, quite small chunks, because then they kind of almost kind of like fry onto the bottom of the pan, and it kind of gives you that kind of fried potato slash fries kind of taste. It's really cool. You know, funnily enough, J-Bob, Sam made the Persona 5 curry the other day. He actually made that the other day. It was really nice. Yeah. Although he got turmeric on my wooden chopping board, so now it's just going to be permanently yellow stained for, you know, forever. Because turmeric just never comes out of anything. So, yeah, little bit annoyed at that. But whatever, it'll be a good memory, that shall be. I made my mess yesterday with a bottle of chicken stock and back of Hondoshi. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think... Hang on, Chaostorm dropped onto High Chow, gets stunned up with the gravity field too. Ow, Death Ray in there as well. Okay, we'll be able to force him off from the turret even more. Nice. Yeah, I make a lot of Japanese curry, so you can also put, like, apple chunks in. You can put some coffee in as well. Add some nice flavor to it. Like some ground coffee. You find what makes things taste good to yourself, really. Teleport up towards the top side. Solar Kill might try and drag him under turret with the W. Forces High Chair back. In fact, Zucker takes aggro to make sure that the Jace can survive. Is that going to be enough to save him? Last turret shots is enough. 1-for-1 Solar Kill. With the help of Leave, getting a cross-map kill. Kill goes to the Cassante under that top turret. I really like how Solo Kill played that, saying, look, I'm going to clear the wave, I'm going to punt you into the turret. Use the W, use the ults. You can also see on the other side of that Zucker taking aggro to make sure that the Hydra wouldn't immediately die. He took it for too long, of course. Ends up being a 1-for-1. LNG slightly ahead of goal. You got the first turret there. It was NIP. So objectives are going to determine our feats of strength. Hey, Hemba, how's it going? I didn't realize I tuned into MasterChef. You know, funnily enough, I went to a restaurant where the winner of a series of Junior MasterChef was cooking. It was really, really good. Chafon will take the Herald. Of course, Brand very good at taking them too. You got executed by Tao. Shit, wait, it was an execute? Wait, no, surely it wasn't execute. Are you kidding me? Did I miss that? Oh, wow, I missed that. I'm so sorry. Execute came in. All from Smolder. Huh, I guess I missed that. My bad, folks. Execution, no kill. Yep, seeing that multiplier chats. My bad. I guess I was talking too much about curry. All right, yes. Now there's like 7 people saying it. When it was 3 of you, I appreciated you. Now it's 7. You're ganging up on me, is what you're doing. The caster... pointed laugh at him. The caster Mr. Kill and executes. Oh my god, this... Okay, yes, stop. It's like playground antics all over again. All good. I appreciate you all. Occasionally we miss those things. That's important. Zucker taking the tower aggro there, of course, ends up being a huge part of that play now. DMB will take this top lane out of turrets. More gold towards that Victor. This is a really good team comp for Victor to kill later on. Not going to lie. God. Thank you, Dan Robert. Thank you, Sam Greg. Yep. You've all let me know. Bot lane out of turret goes down in favor of LNG. I think Alex can make a mean shepherd's pie. I don't like shepherd's pie. Mashed potato and I have a complicated relationship. I don't like a lot of but I didn't execute that commentary right. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ask about their obsession with Lagamar. Lagamar is the greatest condiment known to man. Funnily enough, Laganjie, the team LGD, their name comes from a competitor brand too, Lagamar. But in here, we'll see how our rivals can interact with this one. Bombshell blocking out that Smoldering, keeps Leave safe. I think Ovo has just died for that dive. Brand could potentially get an ult to the back lane though, and does. And folks, let's not bounce the Brand ult around. Let's be serious now for a second. Decent damage coming through. Leave missing out on that. Hang on, let's have a check on his stacks. He's got 74 stacks at 18 minutes. Leave is so good at stacking on the center. Has he got hacks or something? Jeez. Leave has been stacking so well. Whenever you see Leave on a stacking champion, he manages to find great ways to get them tops up early. I don't think I've seen anyone across the world stacking Senna as well as Leave in its current iteration on the Senna. Good thing onto there. Sleep lands onto him. Will cleanse out on it. He's still at this risk, you know. Flashes out from the ultimate. Cleanse, flash away. He might have gone too far for this now. One more bit of damage will kill him. Xiaofeng trying to get it through. Is there enough burn? No, there isn't, because the last Q heal comes through. Nio flash in for the Q. Niket has turned himself into the play. 2 hit the floor. Can they find the third one? I'm not sure. The slow misses. NIP play the knife's edge fight well, and NIP walk out ahead. Leave is now at 80 stacks, by the way, before 19 minutes. He's got 4 range increases. He has an extra 40% crit chance at 19 minutes into the game on a farming Senna. That shouldn't be possible. Nio, incredible turnaround there too in that play. The hero of that play. Let's not forget him. Gets the E, unassisted in mid lane. Forces the cleanse out. The burn's already coming through. Leave does walk melee range into a Brand Leona after that point. Not fantastic. But then the E, the Swifties give him enough movement speed to get out. His Q heal saves him from the burn. And there's no cooldowns left. Brand's cooldowns at this point of the game, not short enough to immediately get a second stun out or something like that. It's gone for the Liandry's going into the Rylai's. It's the classic Brand build where the burn and the passive keeps ticking that slow over and over. It's why Brand hyper synergizes with Rylai's. Your passive keeps that Rylai's and Liandry's ticking for forever. But it means he doesn't have that much cooldown reduction. And he's also not at that Rylai's just yet, which is a huge breakpoint. On the other side, Nio with those kills, 1,000 gold lead, 7 stacks on Darkseal, Liandry's Riftmaker, which means that the extended value is insanity from Lilia. Now, a lot of the time, Lilia likes to go into an early Zhonya's because you're very low range for an AP jungler. You are the lowest range of AP junglers in meta most of the time. The only other ones really I can think of that could be meta at points are stuff like Diana, who is, of course, fully melee besides the Q poke occasionally. Nymaera trying to walk in towards mid lane. Poke from Jace has not necessarily done that much here. Dragon has spawned, and NIP would like their second ult under top lane, so can force the flash. That's not bad, you know, getting rid of the Renekton flash. Really needs that to get on top of the Senna later. Herald in mid lane, it won't kill with the charge. They do have 3 grubs if they can walk up for an extra auto attack. I don't think they're able to do that, though. NIP really quite threatening with stuff like Braum Qs leading into Senna Ws. Potential Victor E's with the slow when you get that max upgrade as well. Painful. Dragon's still alive, of course. Ooh, good poke there. Yeah, you know when the health bar shudders a little, that's when you know you got the good damage coming in. And power shock blast. Goes hard. Leave 92 stacks. Yeah, that one hits again. Senna, not that tanky. Can struggle a little bit when it comes to dealing with poke comps, can the Senna. Yes, you can help heal people up, but you are very, very see, Lee gets another stack there, by the way. Another double tap. 95. Close to 100 stacks. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ooh, good combo there. Puts the E through. Passive spreads from that E. Poke from the Jason, the Brand coming up tops there. That's Swell Seed. Close to hitting. I think NIP will have to give this one up. Another Swell Seed landing. They have vision on it. That'll be down without a fight, though. Smite comes in from LNG. Ooh, not bad damage there. Ultimate's traded. Chaos Storm, Adorning Shadow. Mom! There as well. Fish one, my dude. You gotta be careful with those sidesteps. Almost step back into it. Oh, bloody hell. Another Shock Blast landed onto Leave, which will have left them unable to contest. DMB. He's stationed in that mid lane against Hai Chao. Catch onto Ovo. He has no flash. It's a good Zenith played into the backline. Zervazuka doesn't have flash. If he had flash, he might be able to follow up that play, but he can't now. The Braum passive threatening now. Leave gets himself another stack. 99. When's he going to get the 100 stack? Very close onto it. There we go. 100 stacks at 22.49. A ridiculous stacking rate from Leave. 100 stacks. He has an extra 50% crit chance. An extra 100 range or something like that. Yeah, does not do things in half measures. Does Leave on these stacking champions. Derby trying to beat off the enemy team. I'm sure Jace is happy with that. Derby walking forwards again. Charges up that Q. Fish one. Flashing out. Atakan taking a lot of damage off of NIP, shredding them a little bit. You can see these W's landing from the center, getting good value here. This fire cannon giving them decent amount. Zenith Blade landing onto Nyket. Ovo goes down. He's had a difficult series here. As Chaos Storm comes through, gets a bit of a reset. Nio is low. There's a potential of a turnaround fight here. Is it an Atakan? Dragged back by the all-out. The brand is out of the pit. Atakan secured, and NIP will take themselves the objective and be able to roll forward into the fight. Slow lands onto Fish One. Has the cleanse, but I don't know whether it'll save him. Zucker into the backline. I don't think he can do much again without that flash, though. Smolder, Fish One, not able to stand and fight at any point in this series. NIP doing quite well around that Atakan. You know, holding a good distance away from it. Fish One caught out so many times by random bits of CC. Not been able to really impact these late game fights. Holy moly, though. Lever's already got an extra 12 stacks. He completed his, wait, was it 2250 was the 100 stacks. 2 minutes later, got himself, you know, good stacks again. But what are you meant to do as LNG? You have to engage before the Atakan is down, because you want that shred to remain there and the damage to come through. But they're outranged, they're outpoked at this point somehow, despite the fact that they have the Jason, the Smolder, that they've been outpoked. And Doomby just marches forwards. Doomby have bloodletters now. We can get some extra shred across the team, which is important. That can help out the Lilia a little bit. Walking in towards the blue buff steal. There are more members from LNG on the top side close to this blue buff, so if it comes to a fight, LNG might have better angles. Zenith Blade hands, and the Blast Cone puts Nio into a difficult spot. Flash will wait them on the Solar Flare. Into the choke point we go. Chaos Storm is okay. Leave. Jesus Christ, that damage from Leave. Shock Blast land. Zucker on the flank. Does have the flash coming up in a second. Leona goes down though. Zucker will clean up one in the back line, but I don't think he's got that much more to say about this fight. I suppose he does have the dominance, though perhaps maybe he will. Has flash. Gets on towards that Lilia. Empowered stun comes through. Good damage coming through. Sleep coming back from the Lilia though. And potentially that sees off the end of this fight. Death Ray comes through. Flash in from Zucker, trying to kill out that Lilia. And will not quite be able to do so. The shield from the footwork of Cassante saves his jungler. As Zucker uses that flash, such a valuable resource, but can't get quite enough done with it. Derby can stick around on the top side. Jace will have to back off. Leave pushing in this mid lane. NIP take a bit of a flippy fight in the jungle, put it into their favor. Can they take down this mid lane outer turret as well? Perhaps. There we go. Second turret of the game down for them. Third turret, rather. The full outer ring of turrets down and out. LNG have two turrets themselves. Failed to take that mid lane outer turret, which is, of course, the most important turret in the game. So what happens here, then? Ovo comes over an unexpected angle. Blast Cone gets hit. I don't know whether it's by Ovo or whether it's by Nio or Nyket. Does put Nio out of position a little bit. Rids him of his flash off, but it does get out safely. I think you probably just have to take the win here. Going in for the second Zenith Blade is no bueno. No me gusta nada. Zucker has the flash. He realizes, look, this is the time for me to do anything. Tries to dash out. Disengaged a little bit. Luckily, the Q doesn't hit him there. Gets the empowered everything. Gets brought back with the call out. And it's only the footwork shield which saves Nio here. Look at this. So close. That is a Cassante E to save his jungler's life. Really good stun leave. What stacks is he on now? 120? Yep. It's a little bit slower stacking. He reached that 100, and then he's not been stacking as heavily right now, but doesn't matter, really. He's already got the range he needs. 225 has been hit by the Smolder, so he has his own stacks as well. He's only up those 2 items, not as scary. Double just missing there, although does have flash. Nio. This is a problem now. You're fighting into a choke point. Let's see how much damage Fish One on the Smolder can do. That scaling factor is kind of scary. Solar Kill has a couple of options. That's an ult onto the brand from the Lilia. Solar Kill flashing forwards, and that ult from the Lilia kills him down. Hydra getting decent damage onto Solar Kill, and it will bring him down with the last of the brand passive. Ends up being 1 for 1, all things said and done. LNG, considering that they're quite far behind in this game, will be happy to take that one. 4 stacks for Naya, by the way, on the Medjais. That Deer's got a little bit more spring in their step. A little faster around the rest of the move speed. WE Zucker. Honestly, that would be so big for Team WE. It'd be so big for them, actually. But Zucker has been a good top laner. He's ahead 2,000 gold. Yes, he's on a Renekton, and you expect some gold leads, but Zucker is very good at leveraging them. Kind of insane that Zucker is on a team with only 1 win in Nirvana. Exactly. He's actually on the worst team in the LPL right now. Of course, OMG and RNG were in the LPL earlier in the year. They're currently playing in the LDL. They have been eliminated from the LPL for the rest of this year. But for now, it does leave the LNG as the worst team in Leave. Extra range, helping him out a fair bit there. Solo kill could teleport. And Jesus Christ, the center damage even just steps out of the solar flare. The E-running, Swifties. Makes it really hard to catch out the center. Look at the move speed. Look at the move speed. Look at the plays. Look at the moves. Leave. What was that? Oh, you guess it by that one. Okay, well, whatever. Has 3 items. He is on 100% crit, by the way, over that. Because the 2 items he has have 50% crit. He'll have a bit of lifesteal on top of that. Now, although I don't know what he's doing there, but he hasn't been there for that long. He's now 0 and 6. LNG really, really struggling in terms of cohesiveness. I actually think Ovo has been an okay playmaker, but just the movements around the map are just not good enough. A flash forward, a height shower on the Jace. Maybe sent into the underworld. The burn will kill him. Senna overkills with the ults. Jace goes down. NIP take 3 quick kills if you include Ovo before that. And they'll head towards the Baron easy as you like. LNG not putting up much of a fight in this series, sadly, beyond a little bit of the early game in this one. NIP dispatching of them. The Baron should be the end of this series, really. I don't know if you can say RNG are playing in LDL. That's true. They are technically in the LDL, but they forfeit all other games because they have not been able to field rosters XYZ. Go back to the replay of the setup to this again. Did that W land over the wall? No, it didn't. It's just... Oh my god, such a fast Lilia. When you get over a 10-stack Magi's on Lilia, the move speed is disgusting. Your Q stacks, your Magi's, the overkill from the ult there. Jeez. Jace got sent to Zorn. Damn. No one tell Caitlyn that the people of the Undercity deserve to breathe. I think she might take issue with that. I just wish that Arcane Season 2 stuck to the guns of the social commentary that they were making in Season 1. Because the animation team clearly did, but then the actual story members didn't. You can read into it how you want, but it felt like they really just played softball with Season 2, you know? Great damage again from Leaf. That Infinity Edge. Ow, Last Whisper on top of it too. Yep, that'll hurt. Turret gets taken by both of the J-Vic duo. One on one side of the map, one on the other. We have them on the side, and Victor beats off Jace from the top lane, which I'm sure he's very happy about. Oh, God. Never let me have a microphone again. Or access to AO3. Xiaofeng headed towards top side. It's an honorable 1v1. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them work out their frustration. I think Victor's winning this one. I think it... Wait, maybe not. Yes, he does. There we go. Kill. Over towards Victor. Good night, sweet prince. Chase hits the ground. It's twice. Yes, it is kites, but that one's better for a clip on TikTok. If you see it on TikTok, it's because I've then made it twice so I can have a cleaner call of it. That's why. Do I think Xiaofeng's going to get more kills? Finally, an honest take on the Arcane second season. Look, I didn't mind it. I thought visually it was a great season. I loved the Echo storyline, for instance, which I thought was a really cool storyline about how Echo actually could have had the happy ending and he chose not to. Because he saw the importance of his place within his world. And that, yeah, he kind of stuck to his own morals, I suppose, and to his own values. Dragon will go down to an IP. It'll be a third one for them. That was powerful. I really like that. But they just didn't stick to their guns on the rest of the episode. I also don't like how they just kind of copped out and made Victor the big enemy of Season 2, which I somewhat get it, but it just felt like, oh, this guy is the let's just reduce all of the commentary we had before this to have one big world-ending threat to see everyone's differences be made up. And it's like, no, it doesn't really work like that. You know? Not really. Felt it was a bit of a cop-out, really. Yeah, I think episodes 4, 5, 6 were pretty good. I liked the Warwick storyline, the Vander storyline. That was pretty good. At the start of it, I thought that was pretty good on the whole. I also didn't like that Singe got a happy ending. There's questions on that, really. Also, Singe is one of the characters they could absolutely put into different shows. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do Invasion of Ionia as a storyline. What I really want the League Cinematic Universe to do is do like this whole arc, build up a load of characters, and then go into Ruination. Jesus Christ, this Senna does so much damage. Still managed to step things out. Braum Shield stops this small. The ultimate Leaf is still auto-attacking. That's a ton of damage. Has to pull the ultimate back. Your redemption will come through. It's like Leaf didn't take any damage at all. Ovo certainly did, though. Leona hits the ground. NIP will march in towards the base. It's not really been much of a contest from LNG this series, sadly, from them. The 167 stack Senna is just ripping him to shreds. To shreds, you say. What about his wife? Oh, to shreds, you say. Anyone else remember that from Futurama? Nah, gonna keep making more Futurama references until someone gets them. Leaf takes some more damage. Has some extra lifesteal, though, from his excess stacks from that crit chance. Don't take extra damage when you need to, though. That Smolder can still execute you. Perhaps Smolder can mount some kind of wave clear defense. Quite hard to see it right now, though. Has the fire cannon for some target access. Leaf is healing up so much, though. Look at the amount of damage does to the Renekton as well. The Sterex has popped for just some poke. I mean, there's been some shields denied now by the Serpent's Fang coming in from Haicha. They do have 5 people alive, but they're just getting slowly bled out over their own Nexus. Turret goes down. NIP, they stick around. Jesus Christ, the poke between the AD carries hurts a lot. Braum passive misses onto Zucker there. Importantly so, the Q going wide. The damage again, no Sterex to poke onto Leaf is not bad. Haicha trying his best. The Braum trying to block up some of that brand damage on the other way through. All it needs is one last skill shot. Doombeat goes golden. He has flash to make his way out of this. Again, the brand, where is the damage? Nyket doing some damage, and Bo's the first to fall. Passive immune by now going into Zhonya's on the other side. He will live long enough to see himself through to an ultimate just about. And that'll be a triple kill to set it. God, we might get ourselves a Penta, a Quadra. Zucker, no flash, no Sterex. Perhaps a Penta on the table. He's running for his life. That I don't know if he'll be able to deny. The top of all prizes. A stun is not enough. Pentakill to leave. 5 dead. 191 stacks on the setup. Leave caps it off with the greatest of all prizes in League of Legends. Pentakill to leave. He schooled this game. Leave. Great first game on the Varus, but this second one, I don't think I've seen anyone across the world right now stack as well as Leave does on the Senna. He's truly in a class of his own when it comes to that factor of it. And then he was just playing so aggressive on it, trusting in his move speed to step away from the skill shots, dodge Leona ults, trust in Nyket on the Braum to block out the follow-up damage. Leave had an insane game here. LNG versus DNF, who wins? Now that is a question for the ages. We should have a worst stand as alongside first stand for our last place team in each region. It would be really harsh to the players, but God, I'd find it so funny. Mel is a league character now. She's the one who's been disabled, right? She reflects abilities? Yes, she does. She does reflect abilities. She's currently disabled because of a bug on the champion. Where basically if your team gains Ocean Soul and Mel reflects the own Ocean Soul, things go really, really weird. Now, 1 second, folks. I gotta make sure that my camera is working again. My bad. Thanks for the follow there, Kashmir. I appreciate you. Is it gonna work this time? There we go. Hello. I'm back. My name's Nymaera. I just realized I've got a nice Star Wars shirt on as well. Cool. I didn't even realize what shirt I was wearing today. It tells you a lot about how much patient attention I've been paying to myself. My name's Nymaera. I cover the LPL every single day, most of the time with my brother, Samuel Initialise Hapgood. And while there is no official broadcast for the LPL anymore, we try and fill in the gap for that. If you enjoy what we do, please keep watching, like, comment, subscribe. Doesn't matter which site you're watching on, whether it's here or on Nivea, on anything like that. you watching us does help support us. If you'd like to support a little bit more directly as well, we do have some links you can donate to, or even sign up to, in some cases as well, to get yourself a little something back. This is League Mastery. It's a set of coaching resources, including a climbing guide to get better at League of Legends, set up by an LEC coach. This person genuinely has credentials, a guy called Hiron. Sam and I are going to have some casting resources on there too. So if you're not, if you are into League and actually want to get into the broadcast side of it, potentially we can help you out in terms of you improving your craft as well. There are precious few resources out there for that, so we hope that you enjoy that. Join through the QR code there or through the links that we'll post in chat. Just help support us as we get along. That's the end of the first series. I'm going to be chilling, playing some Musume in the background because of course I will do. And let me go do that thing where I copy some messages into various chats to make sure that you know where you can support us. I also need to make a clip out of that because it's funny. Okay, we're gonna wait for the break. I'm gonna play some Musume. What was I doing here? Oh yeah. This is the thing I was doing. This gives has some front runners, so I'm actually still happy to do that. Is there another better wit card I can use though for debuffs? I don't think so. No, that's not what I wanted to do. This is also just a pretty good card in general. Is there a better debuff wit card? I don't think so. No. No. Who have I got later in Anyone's Legend versus Top Esports? I think Anyone's Legend right now. I could go for a... I could do this as well, you know. Tether and Flustered Frontrunners. Hesitant Frontrunners? Hang on a second, this is super good. Why don't I do this? This allows us to go 2 and 2. And then I can go for 3 and 2. This is actually okay. Maybe this is better, going 3 stamina, 2 wit. True, we'll try this. Leaves damage was insanity. Okay, I'm going to turn cameras off and we're going to do a bit of Umasumi. Casting Course? Casting Curse? Yeah, I know, right? I think you should use Sweep Tosho and borrow Rice. I do have Rice. Oh, that's true. Sweep Tosho, so because of the legacies I have, I already get Trick Rear, so I don't really need Sweep Tosho for that much. I'm just trying out some different stuff, see if I get lucky, really. Need more power. This actually might be a Recto. There we go, nice, got good luck on this one. Hopefully don't get a random mid down. I can't remember which one this is. Let's watch the fish. Got some speed, we go speed. This is just stats. Nice. Always getting the... She has so many debuffs. Nice, that's good, And we get a 5 on speed. She occasionally gives you some debuffs as well. Ramp up is... she gives things that normally those skills are really good. Tail held high and ramp up are actually very good skills. But it's just not good for debuff here. 3 on speed is good. Yep. We never take the extra training because it's not valuable in terms of energy efficiency. We go power. G2 are looking good right now, but I don't think BB's top counter picks can stomp Chinese or Korean or Chinese tops internationally. Thoughts? I mean, it didn't at MSI, right? Which is, yeah, a worry actually. I am quite worried. I mean, I don't know, with G2, I mean, it was a bit odd at MSI. I think, so I don't know whether something personal was going on, but it just felt like BB was very, very off form at MSI. Good, do we go Wits again? Maybe we do. And we're looking for an A rank, by the way. We're looking for an A rank. This is skill points, right? Oh, move went down. Pfft, damn it. It's annoying. Whatever, it's fine. It's okay. Right, maybe we should borrow Rice Shower. Sub-G pace chase is nice. Cool. Good stuff. Do we have a good thing here? 11%? Fuck it, we try it. It's 3 on it. Yay. I think Leave's MVP by far, right? Yeah, Leave was insane. Okay, I gotta run some adverts now because Imperial's just run off. We actually... You know what? Screw it. We're actually gonna do extra training for power. Because power is really good on this build. Do we get any skills right now? I mean, may as well with Sub-G pace chase when it's the 3rd off, right? Wait, I thought we got Trick late from this thing. I guess not. Oh, a Trick. Although Trick is actually not that good. It only works on rushed races, so. Charlie, if this run doesn't work out, I will probably borrow like a max rice shower from someone. I'll find someone who has it. Also, I need to watch the Umusume anime. No late start. Okay, I'm gonna get through the early races pretty quickly because I actually want to get through like a lot of the thing. Sub-G pace chase is getting that early is nice. I think a lot of them are I think a lot of them are rushing here. You can see that a lot of them are rushing, I think, because they're not in the right position. They should be a lot further back for... Oh no, they're pace chasers, so that's actually not bad. Nice, cool, easy. Okay, good. Finally a good first win. And the reason that we're running the 1 Guts card is because it gives us end closer debuffs, which most cards don't have. Which is really important, because Golship is a end closer, and everyone will be running them at Champions Meet. Like, everyone will be. Mood one up, let's go! Nice. We can't afford to do that one now, let's rest. Please don't be sleep deprived. Nice, even better, cool. We try and get the end closers debuff from this. Well, there's 2 of them, we want both. Groundwork, meh, it's the low roll. 2, 3 on stamina is good, 3 on wit is good, but we'll go for stamina for now. Because we want, like, the relevant stats right now. Which are, like, the speed, power, stamina. Is this skill points? This is Satano Diamond, right? Yeah. Only for you. Stamina plus... You know what? Screw it. Stamina 30 is actually okay for 20 energy. And Will's not useful, but this is fine. Oh, shit. Why does it keep doing that?
大家好，我是 NIP 的打野奶油。
好，欢迎奶油啊！也是恭喜今天在深圳 IP 第3赛段的组内赛完成了很漂亮的一场收官战。那我们先问一下组内的游戏内的一些问题啊。首先是第一个问题，我觉得第2把吧，第2把的这个 BB 选出来以后就有点针锋相对的意思啊。首先两边都是野核，其次呢 ADC 又都是小火龙和塞纳，就选完之后的预设是什么样的
？Come
on。因为他们前3楼选择了帮助火男的一个上辅吧。 然后，如果他们那么搬了莉莉娅的话，我也不知道我该玩什么。
哦，也是，那放出来了以后，很有信心的就选下了莉莉娅，果然打出火男呢，最先火男也起到了一个很不错的一个优势。那紧接着想问的，我觉得在游戏的中期14分钟的时候，和 Live 在中路有一波且战且退的配合打得非常棒。 把莉莉娅保了下来，你也拿下了2个人头。当时和 Live 之间的语音沟通。
Yuma has a main story, yeah, it does.
因为我一打到他，把那个我用大招把他进化打出来了，然后 Live 就一直在追他嘛，然后后面他们对面可能不知道 Live 有闪嘛，然后一直追的话，他们就死了。哎，也是不抛弃不放弃。那还有一波就是在上路对象换了，是和 Solo Q 之间。当时你那波的时候其实也是残血，但是 Solo Q 一波贴膜，成功的把你保了下来。那波语音你和他之前又是什么沟通呢？ 我说救我救我救我，
就疯狂救我救我。那果然那一波贴下这个膜之后，也是保住了自己啊，然后没能死掉。杀人书呢后面也在成功的叠起来了。那紧接着呢，想再问一下，最后的当然是第2把的55杀了。 最后 Live 的一波5杀，队内的语音沟通是什么样的？我看他在这个
We're not going to run in the mile, but
非常的
we'll run in the medium.
因为当时都不知道他5杀了，然后4杀之后，有人说了句5杀，然后我们就一直在
We go for this better friendship training, and we hope that we get a
的
debuff
天降
from
5
this.
杀，反应过来之后，队友
We
也
do need to get in it. We do need to get in
帮
closer
忙
debuffs
帮助
though.
他拿下来。
This is
那
bad.
紧接着呢，也想问一
It's not
下今天赛后的一些问题了。首先 NIP 呢在第3赛段的
We're not
整体
running
成
an
绩
early
我觉得还
December,
是
but
非
we
常
will
不错，
run
今
the
天也
next
是
one.
作为组内赛的一场收官战。你觉得能够取得这样的成绩，对你来说最大的一个核心可能是什么
The comms when solo kill saved Lily with the shield was just Nio yelling, "Save me, save me, save me!" That's very funny.
团
This
结
is
一心
Muda,
的那
and
个
I
目
think
标吧，
yeah.
然后我们队内也没什么矛盾吧，然后一起改善游戏。
就彼此之间气氛很好，非常团结又默契，所以才有一个这样的成绩
I really
和
want
表
to get
现
late surge.
那接着可能就要去打骑士之路和包括季后赛。那对于你而言，你希望达到的一个小目标或者期望是什么样的？
希望跟队友们一起进冒泡赛吧。
希望能够进到冒泡赛，也希望有机会去到我们的世界赛。
Leaf said he didn't even realize he could pentakill. That's kind of
嘉
funny.
宾啊，我们奶油的家
That's
人
actually
也
kinda
来到了
funny.
现场，是妈妈来到了现场。
Okay, we have better
第二
stats
次的
this
看你的
time.
比赛了。刚
So
刚
hopefully we shouldn't get
聊到是第
blasted
二次
like we
来
did
看
in the
你 LPL
previous
的
time we
比
did
赛
this.
那有什么话想借着这个机会对妈妈说的？
因为我妈她一直很支持我打职业的这个想法，然后每次赛前赛后，她也会一直鼓励我去看我的比赛。
Oh, his mum's there?
然
That's
后
cute.
最后我想用一下万豪台词吧，爱你老妈。
哇，我觉得借用万豪的台词“爱你老妈，明天见，每天见”。同时，我觉得家人的支持也是最难能可贵的，能给到你们很多的力量和后盾。也谢谢奶油进行我们的赛后采访，也恭喜深圳 IP 获得了本场比赛的胜利，也希望接下来他们仍有一
Okay,
个
we're actually doing
好的
pretty
发
okay
挥
here. Yeah, I don't think we're getting
以上
locked out
呢
this
到
time.
这
This
里
is
就
good.
告一段落了，接下来请欣赏今天比赛精彩的 Spotlight。
Yeah, I think we're in a decent spot now. We should win this? Question mark?
小心肚子踢了，慢点。
We've got decent stamina, so we should be able to full spurt. Whatever it is, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
再看兰博。
Nice. My mum was really supportive of my pro career. She's come over to support me at many of our games, so I just want to say I love you, mum. That's adorable. Big up Leaf's mum. That's cute.
我跟你，能一波吗？
一波吧，下路应该可以一波。哎，中路一波了，中吧。拉下呗。
They're loud. Yeah. You can hear so much in the background.
看这个。
We always go for skill points where we can in this build.
看正面。我睡了，没事，我死了。看着打，你们看着打。来麦克。
他没响，中他没响哦。
We never fail 3%. Ever. Even off stream, we never fail that right. Meh.
杀吗？有吗？
Skill points by 30? Nice, that's good.
5杀了应该。
Firm conditions might actually be good to get, by the way. Yeah, firm conditions might be good to get. I'm gonna get a point in firm conditions just because it always activates, and it's just most races are in firm conditions. I say that this is actually not in firm conditions, so that's immediately proved my point wrong. But hugely unsuccessful leave hate watch. Yeah. Oh, this is a race which Tokai Teo tends to be in. He was actually very, very strong for this race. So you expect to come second in this campaign race, basically. We get rushed. Blech. But basically, what's her name? Where is she? Is she in full race gear? This one here, the one with the white streak in the middle. She is really, really strong. Do they not have noise cancelling headsets? I think they do. It's just yeah, I think they do. It's just very loud, I suppose. Anyway, we got Toppies will say L now. This is like the big one, obviously. God, we're in 10th still. We did get rushed. We're not doing too bad. We did get a debuff onto pace chasers, which I'm pretty sure Taokei Teo is. We get our ult. I think we win this, actually. Yeah, nice. Cool. Normally you lose against this person here, because they're really strong for this point in the campaign. Like, it's set up that way for story reasons. So sometimes you lose races and you don't realize why, and that's because you've been playing very quickly and you haven't realized the story behind it, where it's like, actually, you know, you're not meant to win this race. So for instance, King Halo has a bunch of races they're realistically not meant to win. Same with Vodka. Vodka, when she runs an Arima Keenan or Haru Aurora, when they run an Arima Keenan for their campaigns, they are not meant to win those. If you win them, you're massively overperforming, or you planned ahead for it and stuff like that. This is speed, I think. Don't mind taking this, actually. This is okay. This is Air Groove. Air Groove. What is this? Go with the flow, that's useful. We'll get the energy and the... Yeah, we get energy and we get some other stuff up. Nice. Oh, this is good. We don't fail 12%, right? Fuck! Ah, shit! At least we... Oh, we get practice poor? Fuck. Is that 12%? Okay, at least we get a mood up at the end of March. That's fine. Whatever. The actual mood down doesn't matter much. The annoying thing is missing the double training there for friendship. That's the annoying thing. That's really annoying, actually. God damn it. At least we can get it on this now. We could run in a race. No, we can't. Is it the next one? Oh, yeah, the next one we do. Okay. Okay, it's fine. We get double friendship. Well, yeah. Get inspiration. We see what inspiration we get from this. These are not like the best legacy, so this isn't going to be game changing. But it's fine. 19, 15, 19. It's okay. We actually probably... I think we do run in this next one, actually. Yeah, we run in this next one for... Wait, what's our friendship training looking like? There's 2 on there. That being said... I mean... How many fans have we got? We won... we won the last one. We can run in this. It's not firm conditions. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually not going to do this. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run in this. I'm going to train this instead. It's okay, it's whatever. Go G1 here? No. We rest. Unless there's a good whip. Nope. Well rested, that's good. 2 on that, friendship training. Oh, not 2 on that. But we're trying to go for an A run, so while running in races is important for skill points, if it's like a double rainbow training, double friendship training, you take those instead. What do you train? You sometimes give tether and other stuff like that. That are... I do need to keep running in stuff. Yeah, we actually run in this one. We run in this one, yeah. Are there any skills we want? It's firm, right? No, it's good, not firm. This one's firm. In that case, we actually run in this. Just because we get our own, we get firm conditions, which is an extra little buff. Oh shit, 10 in pace. But that being said, we have a pace chaser debuff. So we're going to be debuffing 10 races if we get it, which we should do. Sometimes I would almost always run in the other one because of fans. Like the fan count is just way bigger. But... And we get late start, fantastic. So do you pace chasers? Yeah, we just debuff like 10 other races.
后期的沟通是非常重要的。那在上一轮你们和 Top 的交手当中呢，是1比2，遗憾落败。今天如果说你们想要取胜的话，还需要注意哪些地方
？Still ahead of the other late surges for now.
上次说的话，主要就是状态。
Problem with 10 pace chasers is that they all kind of like form a wall at the end and you can't really go around the outside easily. So often you end up going through the middle, which is how you lose races because you can't make your way through all of
在这里我们
that.
也邀请到了 Top 战队的辅助选手小航，你好，先跟大家打个招呼吧。
Hello， 大家好，我是 Top 的辅助选手哈。
Murmur, that's good.
好，欢迎小航。其实自从小航来到 Top 之后，融入的是非常的
Please don't put us down at 15. Oh my god, this is such a disaster. Are we finishing like 18th? Are you kidding me? What the fuck do I even bother? Oh my god. 8th? Oh, Jesus. Why do I even fucking bother?
他们是
What do you mean more power? That's not my fucking. Oh god.
然后团战非常的好的一支队伍，那不管是 AL 还是滔博，其实两支
Eighth
战
is
队
right
都
for you?
非常注重野辅节奏。
What does that mean?
那你觉得跟他们交手的话，需要在哪个部分特别的
Mood
小
went
心？
down. Friendship went down.
在野辅的联动上面。
Eighth is right. What does that mean? Like, you talking me or what?
是野辅负责开团吧，这点。
Oh, okay, right.
好，所以要紧盯
I
防
was like, yeah,
守。
that's kind
我
of
们也
mean.
期待你们在今天比赛当中的精彩发挥。谢谢小航。
Guess we'll run in this and see if it goes any better. Probably won't, but you know. I will get hydrated, thank you. Another late start, fantastic. Yay, I love this game. Okay, put on 4 times. When did they... Oh, how long ago was that? 20... now you see me. Hey, now you see me. You in chat still? Oh, no, you're still here. Cool. Fun fact, let me have a think. So, in this game... Special week and... Wait, we get secondary, I think, maybe. Maybe not. Oh shit, nice, cool. Special week and... Who's the other horse? I think Silent Suzuka and Special Week have a... Like, they have a friendship and a rivalry in this game. In real life, Special Week hated all chestnut horses. Like, just really hated all of them. Now, it's kind of theorized that it's because of... They had, like, their mother died pretty soon after their birth. So, and they had, like, an adoptive mother, like and they were chestnut, and they didn't treat them very well. So basically, the theory is that Special Week hated chestnut horses because of like their really not great adoptive mother, basically. Using the lead for champion points to qualify for Worlds from the LPL. Do you think DMB can lead his team to Worlds? NIP are not in a fantastic spot, I don't think, with that. Let me check championship points. Championship points, let's have a look. Didn't get a late start for once, thank fuck. Anyone's Legend are in the lead at 105. BLG are in second at 80. Invictus Gaming are in third at 55. Top Esports are in 4th currently with 50. WE are in 5th, so they're kind of like below the pack from that. Then there's Weibo and JDG, because WE had better points from Split 2 than Split 1. But they're also like eating shit right now in Group 10, so... The game is League of Legends, yeah, Lemke. It's League of Legends. You haven't heard of League of Legends? You're not enough of a weeb for that, damn. This isn't... It's somewhat of an RPG. It's kind of like a roguelike gacha. Standard distance is actually pretty good.
Anyone's Legend.
Anyone's Legend.
上单 Flandro 打野 Tarzan 中单
I actually wonder if it's better getting the mood up.
Hope
What do you give? Do you give anything for him?
Kale.
We're actually going to rest for the mood up. This is an energy down event too, actually. This is the negative thing about running that card. Like, it gives you a good skill, a decent skill, I suppose. Not even like a good skill, it's a decent skill. What's this? This is Hesitant Pace Chasers. We already have that, so we don't need to give... No, we don't, actually.
下路 Jackie Love 辅助航
How many fans have we got? We need 100,000 fans end of this year to get some extra skill points. How many have we got? 50,000. We should be fine with Kikakosho. 21, 14. This is actually better to go for this than, isn't it? Is there another race I can go to?
LPL 第3赛段常规赛组内赛第6周第2日第2场比赛 ，AL 对阵滔博即将开始，让我们一起期待这场精彩的对决。
What was she doing? Was that a quote from something? I think that was a quote from something. Was that a quote from a champion? That felt like a quote from a champion. You know what I mean? This is a long race now, which is not our specialty, worth noting. How many meters is this? 3,000. So that's not standard distance either, so there's no point going standard distance. It is firm conditions, which is good. I think I mean, our stamina's pretty okay, but yeah. Yeah, so for the way for NIP to make it to Worlds, by the way, would be through, they have to go through playoffs this split, really, right? And conditions is good, and we just hope we don't run out of too much stamina. We do have decent stamina for this point in the campaign, though. We don't have Swing Maestro, though. Wait, Subdued, Pace Tracers is helpful. Did we not get the late surges one for that? It's not. Okay, not bad. We get a roll. Hesitant late surges. I think we win this now. Nice, cool. Good. Oh, hang on. No. We are maybe second to... Oh, shit. Oh, my god. Super Greek have stamina. Into draft. Absolute cinema done with. Let's suppose some of our own cinema on the screen now. Hello! Let's go back into it then, shall we? Anyways, Legend Top Esports. We've had a lot of top tier face-offs within our top 4 teams recently. We've had IG versus Top Esports versus AL and versus BLG. They've gone 2-1 versus them. Top Esports, of course, lost their series versus IG, but they beat BLG in a 2-1. So if they beat AL here, that puts them in great standing, of course. Top Esports have already guaranteed finishing top 4 within Group Ascend by having a 9-2 scoreline. This is a group of 8 teams in Group Ascend, so you're going to have 14 series total. They've played 11 at 9-2. Anyone's Legend have played 10 at 6-4. So Anyone's Legend, of course, they're kind of being held back by their weakest start to the split so far, but that doesn't mean, of course, that they will end on a similar kind of note. Varus is banned, Azir is banned. Rumble first pick. 369 might go towards Ambessa. Ambessa tends to be okay into the Rumble. You can go towards Ornn as well. There's no Trundle to counter the Ornn. Annie locked in. Annie Wukong, strong combo. I do think it's a little less strong than some other combos, but, you know, Kanavi, very, very, very good Wukong. You can understand why you pick it for his sake. Cream did finish a 45-minute game with 2 items on Annie the other day. Wasn't his best look ever. That was versus BLG in that crazy, crazy late game. The game 2, I think it was. Was it game 3? AL could take the strong early jungle matchup of the Xin Zhao. Tarzan's Xin Zhao is legendarily good. He may be one of the... he may be the greatest Xin Zhao player in the LPL, at least. It's definitely up there. The only thing evading Tarzan to really be viewed in terms of greatest of all time for that kind of stuff is international titles, really. However, comparing to some of the Korean greats, and you have to wonder whether his teams were of a similar level compared to them. Do you think AL has a big chance of winning this, considering their bad start on Top Easel's winning streak? I think this should be a close series. I think Anyone's Legend, I think I do put them into slight advantage. I think that Shanks is playing better than Cream right now, which is a big thing. That being said, Kanavi is a man unleashed. I think Jackilov is playing very, very well, as long as he has a draft where he can actually play. Galio comes in for Shanks. Ornn locked in for 369. You are against... I mean, you do have Galio versus double AP solo laners. Ornn versus double AP solo laners. It's actually pretty good too. Both of them are going to have a really good time with that. Do I like the Galio? Yeah, I think Galio is good. I think it works well into the Annie. You're into multiple magic damage sources already, because the Ornn is mostly magic damage. Bot lane left unpicked so far. Xayah banned away from Jaculov. Imagine the Sivir will be safe to ban away as well. I don't think AL have the best anti-Sivir comp right now. Galio is disgusting. Basically, Malphite with strong laning. There are definitely some times where Galio struggles to be a tank in the same way as the hyper tanks do, but he is very, very strong. If you're a good Galio player, this champion is so busted right now, especially with the amount of magic damage in meta. Less skilled than Malphite? Not sure about that one, buddy. Not sure about that one. Gorky banned away from Hope, which has been a champion he started the year very poorly on. He's doing much better on it now. I think you ban away the Sivir here 100%, don't you? Yeah. You can't give the Sivir over. So now Jaculov has to think about... I think Kai'Sa's fine. Again, good disengage and engage. Does mean you... I think you likely have to go towards the AD variety of Kai'Sa. I just think otherwise you've got, you know, basically 2.5 magic damage sources, because the Ornn Kai'Sa somewhat half-half, right? So we might see Kraken Slayer Rageblade into Terminus instead. As the Galio can be a little bit annoying to go towards the AP variety. AL. Well, Kyle is a very good Rakan player. Shinzao Rakan is nasty combo too, because the Shinzao dashes forwards, the Rakan can always stay with him with the E. The E, the W forwards, pin someone in front of him. Yeah, it might be a Lucian angle for Hope. I actually don't disagree with that. Yep. And the mobility is something you need versus the Ornn. Your culling can keep you safe from champions like the Wukong and the Annie as well as they walk at you. Yeah, I think this is the right call. Rakan's very good with the Lucian. Choosing the center instead. So you're an immobile champion into Annie, Wukong, Ornn, but you do have Galio ulting your head. I think this is really risky though. I think the Lucian is a bit more self-sufficient in terms of peel. Unlocks in the Alistar. He's had some great games on this recently. His Alistar's been really good. For those of you who watched him earlier in the year, might be surprised to see him on top esports because he was crisp there and Hung was on Weibo and he was inting his ass off. He was so poor earlier this year. I cannot stress how poorly he was playing, but he's been much better here for top esports. Anyone's legend, top esports. I think top esports walk away with the better draft. On the whole, Kanavi Wukong has a great angle to 1v5 in team fights. I think Jaculov being able to reposition and kill the center, that's a big problem too. 369 on one of his best tanks of all time. The Ornn and the Sion are the two huge ones for him. Of course, Cassante up there too, although less of a tank, more of an assassin sometimes, isn't he? Anyone's legend. They do have some ability to peel for their tanks and peel for their carries rather, with stuff like that Galio ultimate, but I am a little bit worried that the center is going to get exploded. I think that top esports, for me, walk away with a slightly better draft. We're going to have the fist bump on stage. Tabe on one side, of course. One of the greatest coaches to ever walk the LPL road. Get onto the Rift. See how it works out.
敌军还有30秒到达战场，碾碎。
Gyos ring out for our top table clash here. It doesn't look like it with AL at 6 and 4, but they are definitely a top team with the way they've been playing recently. They beat BLG convincingly, beat IG convincingly. Now playing up against top esports, and these are our top 4 teams. You have teams like Weibo and JDG, which are a cut below them, and then the bottom tier in Group SN being WE and then FPX below them. These are quite clearly our top 4 teams. Okay, let's get ourselves into things, shall we? Cream. Trading with the Q early. Sometimes you go for the Molten Shield versus heavier auto attackers like Orianna in lane or Victor. In tank up the first trade. Gonna run back at them, but Q spam at level 1, always nice for the extra training, isn't it? Trading. if you can. Bot lane, hoping Kyle getting some stacks for that Senna. We were saying before about how Leave was so incredibly good at the double tapping and the getting the stacks. He's so much better at getting stacks on Senna than anyone else I've seen in the world right now. Right there. Hope. Ooh, missing that second tap for the Q actually. Was Jackalov on his own Kai'Sa skin here? No, anyone's legend beat. Hang on, no. Guys, I was talking about anyone's legend beating BLG convincingly. Anyone's legends beating them. Top esports, they did beat BLG, but that wasn't convincing. But I was making sure it was AL that I was talking about with that. Top esports, you know, they faced up against IG, lost to them in a 2-1. They faced up against BLG, beat them in a 2-1, but that one was all over the place. That was a case of BLG standing for bad late game. Good passive there from Jackalov. Yeah, always a delight to see him back on that IG skin. She won at Worlds, of course, back in 2018. Anything interesting to talk about? Yeah, we can talk about a couple of things, I suppose. This one's quite important here. You'll notice the phase rush on Annie. That's quite important. Allows you to walk away from... Hang on a second. Hung gets the combo into the wall. 2v2. Good passive there from Jackalov. But this is important. You've now used the flash, but look at the HP you've now gained. Big HP advantage in that bot lane. This is an LPL specialty, using a summoner to get such a crushing HP lead. You hope that you can control the lane. Both supports down their pots. Both of them have some sustain in their kit. It's not the full kill, though, and Hung didn't have Ignite. Realistically, not going to be a kill, but could have been a... hang on a second. Tarzan's going to walk up here. Jackalov will be spotted walking out of that brush. Tarzan knows that he's been spotted. That could be a bit awkward now. Jackalov and Hung use that Alistair ult combo to go forwards, and the flash, of course, too. Not getting as much out of it as they would have wanted. Shank's getting pushed in by Cream. You expect that when the Annie Galio matchup, you take a lot of damage here. But this is a bit, yeah, this is a bit too much from the early lane, actually. You know, getting a full wave ahead as the Annie very early on, that's a problem. Is this rapid fire cannon Kai'Sa angle? I do not think so. I don't think so at all. I think you need to be, you are not going to be able to, yeah. Oh yeah, it was a 2-0 for top esports over BLG 2-0. Yep. Sorry, not the 2-1. It was the 2-1 versus IG and the 2-1 versus BLG. My bad, Petrox. Not the 2-1 for top esports, was 2-0 over BLG. Main point of this series is that these are two top teams. They played against other top teams recently. Mixed results. I think that AL, probably the best series of results against the top teams right now. Although none of our top teams are looking flawless. Hey, thanks for the stream streak there, Fed. Top esports has really bad wave clear. If you, I mean, rapid fire cannon doesn't give you better wave clear. I mean, we used to see static Shiv Kai'Sa for that reason. And getting a, yeah. Ult in top side by Flandre. Quickly pushing that in. No objectives for him to fight around on top side of the map. Dragon is up, but typically top laners don't come down to draws dragon fights unless you've got some really nasty skirmishing going on early. Grey 69, clearing out as much of that wave as possible. Yorm will get to the point where he'll clear waves fairly effectively. Take some chunk as he walks up to the wave occasionally. Still able to clear them out, fair enough. Later into the game, you can use the Ornalt. Hang on a second, Cream. Can you stun him into it? No, that wasn't great from Cream. Just doesn't get much value out of that. Use the W to tank out the next battle, that combo too. Shanks, I think he's actually still healthy enough to stick around and ult. Just about. Just about. Tarzan starting the Dragon. 369. Damaged a lot on this bot side of the map. Kanavi is on the bot side of the map. Not able to do much about it, though. Reminder that this was the matchup that we saw in Split 1 playoffs finals. Top Esports destroyed Anyone's Legend in that finals 3-1. A lot of people saying, oh, but Anyone's Legend, they should have gone to the first stand against Top Esports. You didn't see those finals if that was the case. Well, yes, I agree. In retrospect, that Anyone's Legend might have had a better tournament. Regionally, Top Esports was so much better than Anyone's Legend at the start of the year. Jump falls onto Kanavi. Using that E and the W forwards. His E's going to time out soon, actually. He needs to be careful of that. I don't think he's got enough left in the tank. That Rakan's gone way too far. The Galliot's coming in. Catch out Hung, who doesn't have his own ult, only level 5 right now. Good ult coming through for 369. AL's gone way too deep for this. Tarzan needs to carry the fight in terms of damage. Hope is going into melee range as the Senna. That's not a great idea. Tarzan goes down, and I Hope is massively behind enemy lines. And no, it's not a Quinn ultimate. It's just the fate has been left to. Has Flash, has Barrier. I don't think it's going to save him. Kyle has teleported in again as the Rakan, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that much. Who are they going to give the kill over to? They want to give it over to Kanavi. Feats of strength earned by Top East was Anyone's Legend. What was the plan there? We were saying that, you know, start of the year, Top Esports had Anyone's Legend's number, despite them being great strategists, and we liked the way that they were playing. Let's make no bones about it. Top Esports were outplaying them and largely out-team fighting them. Right here, though, I mean, Kyle goes way too deep. Tarzan then doesn't get close enough for second E to come in. Perhaps, did he already have that down? Kyle, big mistake from him. Jungle support of Anyone's Legend are the most important part of Anyone's Legend by far. If they're the ones making the mistakes, that is a huge issue. But Tarzan does end up getting, you know, the level 6, getting some good value from the ultimate, I suppose, but... Questions about Kyle's engaged there, about over-investing into that play. One of the biggest problems about Anyone's Legend has been them not taking small wins. They have to all in. They don't know when to stop. They will not bail themselves out of plays. Kanavi now 1-0-1. 3-6 now 2-0-1. That's a problem. If the Ornn gets ahead of the Rumble can struggle in this matchup. Now, the Ornn's got surprisingly large battle. I mean, it's not even surprisingly large if you know much about the champions, but the Ornn stat stopping the Galio dash is insane. 369 is pretty damn good at that whole Ornn thing, the whole poke thing. Flandra not able to join that fight in the last time. Jackulov and Flandra are the only two players not involved in that set of plays. AL, it really isn't a Senna team. Let me just check their win rate on Senna, actually. Let me check their Senna win rate. It's actually Cream dropping the ult again, and again, not actually getting that much done. Doesn't even get through the shield. Okay, Cream, you okay there, buddy? Not sure about that one. Yeah, they're 1-on-1 on Senna in this year. 1-on-1. They've only played it 2 times. Of course, it hasn't been meta during all that time, but yeah. Combo in the mid lane. Cream losing out the trade versus Shanks there. A little bit. Three grubs went over to Top Esports, by the way, somewhere in the chaos of this early game. It's a chaos, not crazy chaos, but you know what I mean. You notice that the early gold from the Ornn has bought them their first item already. They're in a very happy point. That gives you wave clear, gives you great ability to trade against the Rumble. Like, Ornn will be able to hold a wave clear for a very long time now. It's a very good wave clear item. Ghosting. Force the flash out, I hope. Would have been able to get the extended combo into the wall. It's like a fighting game, isn't it? You know, when you get someone to the very end of the map and you get to kind of juggle them into the wall. Heal blown by Hung there. Level 6's hits across the board. Combo onto Kyle. Senna W lands onto the clone. By the way, you can get souls out of clones, by the way. Weird thing that has some nasty implications. I think you can also get Senna clones from Senna stacks from Alawi tentacle clones as well, I think. Hope at 35 stacks at 11 minutes, not too bad from him. Slower than Leave, but Leave is very, very good at stacking up on that. I feel like anyone's Legends have very low DPS. They're relying on Shin and Rumble to get ahead and to get Senna to late game. I agree with that. I think that the Rumble is often enough damage to make the difference. But this is not a damaging Galio build. The Shinzao is currently 0 on 1. And yeah, the Senna doesn't deal very well with stuff like the Ornn either. The more I think about it, I think that Top East will come away with this. A very comfortable front-to-back draft. Now, they have the Kai'Sa and the Wukong as a secondary carry. Dragon goes over to top esports. I'm quite worried by anyone's Legend if they go later. I think that early game's not bad, you know. One-item team fights for this team probably aren't too bad. What comes in 369? Wants the wave clear out. Doesn't know if he's going to be collapsed on. Quick wave clear. Dive onto the bot side. Center ult gets a bit of a shield. This is a bit far from top esports, you have to wonder. Hung will use the duration of his ultimate very well. Now JackeyLove left under the mid lane. When Becomes Lightning happens, the charm, the knock-up, the death. Tarzan gets on the board. JackeyLove uses his everything, really, and can't make it out alive. Doesn't use his ult, actually. CC'd at the end of that. Goes down very, very easily. Shanks survives with the help of the center ultimate on the other side of the map. Better macro from a better response to the dives from anyone's Legend. Good center ult, global power. Very valuable there for anyone's Legend. Top esports lose their first death of the game. Top esports should still get first turret of the game, though, with 3 grubs down here. And they'll get themselves the feats of strength. Kanavi also getting gold on top of that is a problem. Kanavi, I think for once, has not been the MVP of his team, you know? I think MVP for this split actually goes to JackeyLove. I know he just died in that mid lane, but if you go and watch JackeyLove's games, he has been on a tear. I think my shortlist for MVPs this split have been, hang on a second, jolt forwards. Hope doesn't have flash, has barrier. I don't think it's going to save him. Kill for JackeyLove. He'll have just enough HP to get out from under turret. Tarzan, no flash himself now. Clean kill. A wave lost for the center in mid lane. A cannon wave too. That's a problem. Do not want the center dropping too much gold. Tarzan will get it. He's not unhappy with that himself, but Senna losing that is a bit of an issue there for anyone's Legend. Good combo in from Hung. Ooh, Cream going onto the side lane. Flandre does have flash. Does he have enough to get himself to the next shield? Nope. Q from Cream will see him to his grave. Tarzan trying to walk towards Cream. No flash from Cream now himself. Stun lands onto him. Malignus will start to burn from the Annie Tibbers. Kyle does have the quickness, but they can't finish off the kill. Top esports 2 great picks in a row onto different lanes in mid lane and in bot lane. 2 pushed up were Tarzan and Hope respectively. So what's the next step? 1,000 gold lead for 369, by the way. Keep your eyes on this. That's nasty stuff. 1,000 gold in mid lane as well. Now, 369 is very, very happy. Keep an eye on this level mark as well, level 11. If that gets to level 14 and above, of course, you start giving those items out. The fact that he has good XP, and you look at that compared to the level 10 of Flandre, XP lead is something that top esports can play around a little. Now, Flandre's Rumble has been very good in the past, but Flandre, he's not someone who plays for individual advantage that much through laning phase. So he does when he has the Yorick, but it's not really his specialty. Fight around the Herald now, potentially. Hung on a good angle. Doesn't have flash, does have ult. Shanks has ult too. 369 can ult to disengage or engage as he likes. Do we have a full team commit here? JackeyLove on the angle. Doesn't have flash, does have ult. Hope also, crucially, does not have that summoner quite yet on this side. Look at that. That's quite important. Perhaps they can punish the flashless Senna. Whereas the Ornn trying to come in on the angle, trying to rake it across the team. Broadside, I suppose, actually, it's going down the side of them. Where is that Ornn ult? They're spoiling for a fight. They should look for it. Hung. Combo only onto the Rakan. Good damage falling up from the Annie. Herald secured. Kyle, good damage onto him, but he's not really the focus here. Kanavi into the backline. That's a little bit more threatening. Hope does land that root. It'll end up being 2 kills to top esports. They don't end up killing Hope. They do end up getting Tarzan and Flandre. They remember top esports have 3 grubs as well, despite the fact that the Herald goes down, because they're the winners of the fight and they manage to take so much health off of the side of anyone's Legend, they can walk up and hit towers. 3 grubs makes that valuable. 369 will take top lane turret pretty quickly, actually, as well. No one's teleporting up to save it. That should be a top lane outer turret going down fairly quickly. Yep, there you go. Top esports lose the Herald, but get the kills and they get the turret. Herald is often a promise of a turret in the future, and it likely will be this mid lane outer turret. That's good. Top Esports, they don't need a promise of future turret. They take one right now. Top Esports getting the better out of that play. I heard a crying baby, and I wasn't sure if it's in-game from the outside. It's the Rumble dying. That Rumble dying is so loud, and it does disturb me. Jackal managed to get some great damage onto Tarzan, whose Crescent Guard did not get any value. And worth noting, by the way, sorry, I said, oh, the Herald is a choice. It's a promise of a future turret. They don't even get the Herald. So that's not even true. So Annual's Legend, they died for the promise of a future turret, which wasn't even upkept. They kill the objective, don't get to pick it up. They lose 2 on the exit, and they lose a tower on top side. Anyone's Legend have been brutalized by Top Esports recently. Shanks says, got no flash, does get the phase rush, but loses over half of his HP. See how Top Esports, they're grouping up to move in to the bot side of the map, put down wards down here. This ward was left over from the Herald fight. Now they have this wonderful vision line, just making sure that they see everything along these lines. Makes it very easy to attack this turret. Makes it much easier to go in there. Now this vision line here was very important. They'll need to upkeep that. They've now just got it in the bot side instead. Go towards that dragon. Easy take for Top Esports, giving themselves options. Anyone's Legend have to commit multiple members in towards that mid lane turret defense. Now the reason why Shanks lost half his HP there is because he felt like he needed to be around mid lane. With Jackal having Q upgrade now, makes it even easier. 369 will actually miss that ward, by the way, with the Scryer's Bloom. Again, look how many members they need to push mid lane to defend the turret. Tarzan stacking up his Q. Might be able to get something in there. Hung has himself an ultimate. Jesus! Cyclone is inclement weather. Using CC under turret, but I don't think it's enough because the turret has died now. Hung, Kanavi, get out with enough HP. 369 flashing out as well, and there's no extra follow-up, I don't think. An Electro Harpoon would be the last thing they could use. Tarzan could flash forward. I don't think he's in range to get that much done. Top Esports get themselves another kill onto Kyle, who's had a bit of a rough game so far. Wave clear under turret. 369 will get enough out of that with the Bellows Breath and the Hollow Radiance. Jackal with the Q upgrade helping out of 2, of course. I was wondering if there would be a flash forward there, but going on to an Alistair with flash, perhaps not the choice. Second dragon for Top Esports on a Mount Sol is nasty as hell. Aggro taken by, who's it taken by? It's taken by Cream, unfortunately, there, actually. It goes a little bit awry, but they end up killing the turret. A lot of teams forget you can kill the turret midway through a fight. That actually can work. Crescent Guard is better from Tarzan this time. 369 forced the flash out. Yes, he's tanky, not quite that tanky yet. By the way, 302, 2,000 gold up. And say it with me. Top diff! Look at that! That's insane! Look at that gold advantage. And 369 is going to be so hard to kill because who's killing Ornn? No, this is not a tank killer build. This is not going to do that well. Now, 55 souls is okay, that's fine, but it's not leave levels, you know. This is not damage Galio. This is Hollow Radiance. You might get a Black Cleaver coming in at some point from Tarzan. He might need it, but he doesn't want to do that because he's got double AP solo laners. No, a Black Cleaver does not buff up these two champions. Not really. I think Top Esports, if they just play around strong front to back, they're very disruptive, very annoying, weirdly high damage frontline. Now, another thing too is that if you lead with the Ornn ult, get the mark down, Kanavi gets the Cyclone, you're going to get multiple Brittle procs, instant procs. It's like a... Remember that the Brittle proc increases duration of CC. It technically increases the duration of the knock-up from your Cyclone. So one thing in the game which will increase the duration of CC Brittle is basically anti-tenacity. It also works on knockups, which Merc Treads don't deny. Speaking of Merc Treads, you can see that there are 4 of them across the board from Annual's Legend. I just don't think it's enough. Not against 369 and the Wukong. Flash forward, Kyle gets out this time. Summoners pop from both of them. After Khan time again. Cream lands some damage onto Tarzan. Doesn't want want much to one-shot, just wants to make sure he's out of position to contest. Flash over and he steals it! Tarzan has enough HP to steal it, and perhaps it is an intercard angle after all. The equalizer is strong. Kanavi goes low and goes down. Hung will be next. It is an int at Khan yet again. Objective goes over. Kills go over. 369. Your team has rolled natural ones. Top Esports lose the objective, and they lose 3 kills on the outro. God damn it, this objective claims another game. Anyone's Legend! How does it happen? They just fight this objective better. A great flash in for Tarzan for the steal. This objective is where games go to die. Top Esports, how have you done that? We'll go back to a replay to watch the horror show again. Atacon goes low. The Ornalt is meant to deny them access into the pit. The center ult does damage across it. Wind becomes lightning. It gets smoked for 1500 HP. Both junglers end up smiting. It's Tarzan who gets it. The equalizer then goes on to Top Esports. I think Top Esports were so committed to taking the Atacon, they positioned poorly for the fight afterwards. No, they get hit by the equalizer. They're not ready for an engage or an engage, really. So Jackalev doesn't ult into the backline. I think there was an angle for Jackalev to ult in and kill, but I don't think Top Esports were ready for it. Oh, LPL Atacon is so shit. We are, as a region, we are so bad at setting up for this objective. No, they didn't hold the choke point well enough. They rushed it a little too much. This is the problem with the Atacon. Sometimes you need to pull it back to the other side. Make sure that the there's a little bit of distance between the choke point and the Atacon take itself. I think they could have done that. Dragon will get taken by Top Esports. They will be on Soul Point. This is still good for Top Esports, I suppose. They're still in the lead. I think they scale. But they have given over a nasty Atacon. Ornn going in for the ult. Hope does not have much defensive ability on this. The Galio coming forwards, and maybe the Galio can provide that for him. Kanavi does not get his man. He goes down. Instead, they don't reach the carries. 1-for-1 right now. Hun going in for triple knockup. Is it enough? Ornn gets a knockup, and Jackalev starts to fly in. Tarzan is melee ranging it, though, and perhaps Jackalev has gone too far himself. He's gone down. Jackalev dies looking for the assassination, and Anyone's Legend take 2 fights back-to-back. 4-for-1, Cream the only survivor. Perhaps not even that. Torn just shy. Shanks trying to chase down. Final kill. I don't think he'll be able to do so. Turret is falling, and Anyone's Legend clutch it out around the Atacon and around the mid lane. Top Esports have thrown this game into the abyss with Atacon and that mid lane engage. Couldn't quite get onto the flash the center. So often an easy target to shut down. Not this time. And Jackalev flying into melee range. Melee range of the jungler. Kanavi flew through, but couldn't quite get himself the Cyclone because the ult came through from the Rakan. CC'd, couldn't get the clean Cyclone combo. Kanavi, a rare poor fight from him. So often been clean team fighter, and then Jackalev flies in to try and assassinate Hope, but instead goes into the waiting arms of the Shinzao, goes down very easily. Jackalev, he's been on an MVP caliber split himself, but that was a poor fight from him. Top Esports, I think they're panicked now. They're flustered. Not sure they know what to do next. They can fight around the next dragon, of course, look for Mountain Soul Point, but this shouldn't be how the game goes. This shouldn't be how it goes at all. They were in such a big lead. Apparently there's some Nymaera bug fixes coming in on the next patch, by the way. For 0.17. Bounces from Hurricane to the primary attack target have on-hit damage properly reduced. Apparently that wasn't the case before. Hurricane targets no longer have reduced on-hit effectiveness. That's interesting. And the Kraken should no longer stack additional times for bounces and won't randomly skip doing damage on bounces. That's good. So hopefully that's a little bit of power off of Nymaera. It's a little bit strong right now. AP cog buffs next patch. I don't think people remember the Season 5, Season 6 AP cog buffs, so that was kind of busted. Flandra does not have flash. Jackal flies into the side lane. Kaiser in the side lane, powerful. Decent damage though. The Equalizer and the Sentinel doing a hell of a lot. Teleport's coming in. That Rumble, stop screaming. You will respawn in a minute. It's fine. Just take like take some time out on the naughty step. Kanavi no flash himself. Comboed up by the jungle support of AL. The engine room of Anyone's Legend rolling, and it takes Kanavi apart. The one-man army needs reinforcements. Goes down easily to Anyone's Legend. I'm just... Rumble screaming. It's distressing. It's genuinely quite a distressing scream. I don't know how to say it. Well, I did. It's distressing, I say that. Jungler down. Despite Flandra dying on the side lane, Angel's Legend take an easy kill onto the Smite of top esports, and they'll go towards Baron. If they take the Baron, they can fight towards the Dragon in a minute easier. This is a huge, crucial strategic win for Angel's Legend if they can get it. Top esports, they don't have the call of the Forge God. They're trying to fly forwards onto the Gallia. Instead, on the other side, 369 has jumped onto Tarzan. You do not win that. He is taking a ton of damage, and the fight is not going well for Anyone's Legend. Jackalov doesn't have his ult fall into the play. Lots of ults missing from the last couple of picks around the fight. Flying in is Tarzan, but his top east was firing back. 2 kills. They take down the Smite now, and now Anyone's Legend might have thrown the game into favor of top esports. Jungler dead, Baron available, Dragon up in 50 seconds. Kanavi has come back alive. They have their Smite. Anyone's Legend take a winning play and throw it into the abyss themselves. It's a Game of Thrones, and we don't even need a Song of Ice and Fire. We've just got ourselves a Baron and a Dragon. That'll be a dance enough for us. Top esports will take the big objective. They need to reset quickly, though, to get back for what should be a soul fight for themselves. That being said, they could give up a Dragon. It's not like Anyone's Legends are threatening that themselves. Top esports take a huge victory after Anyone's Legend overforce the brittle procs, the multi-combos, the Annie onto Tarzan sees him out of the fights, and sadly Hope is not that great DPS onto the likes of an ulting Alistair and the Ornn frontline. Tarzan jumps in again, and Cream and Jackalov destroy them. Kyle can't quite catch Jackalov, he flashes out of that knockup. Rumble, stop going, nah, nah. I am so sick of that sound. I am so sick of it. Oh. Flandra, level 15, not level 16. 369 close to that one on the other side. Level 16 is not quite hit yet. Can't quite get it for this play. Dragon spawning. Top esports. Mountain Soul for them. Navi damaging it. Anyone's Legend fighting towards the front to back. Flash for Kanavi. Very important. That Flash Cyclone could get on towards that Senna. Senna has flashed themselves, but Senna is hit. I think it's don't tend to go too well for them. Is there a flank angle being looked for? No, not currently. I mean, Shanks and Cream, yes, to an extent, but they're just kind of holding each other to account here. Ornn comes in. Stun used from Cream worth noting. Hope takes a boatload of damage, but it's Kyle that goes down. First, Jarvi flash into the backline. Hope has a little bit of health. The shield keeps him alive for a little longer, but not enough to stop himself dying to the triple kill, quadra kill, Kaiser of Jackalov. Flies into the backline like a man on leash, and the second skin does all the damage they need. Top Beast will sign themselves a fight, and they don't even need to kill the Dragon. They'll push him through the mid lane. In a turret will fall. Top esports will take at least the inhibitor with 3 grubs and 5 alive. I think they'll just end the game. Who needs a Mountain Soul? The Nexus is what wins you the game. Top esports and Intercard aside will win game 1. Anyone's Legend blasted in the late game against Top esports, who scale up, kill the Senna. Hope could not stand and fight. Top esports flash the emotes, and we'll take game 1. Top esports. One throw around the Atakan in the mid lane gave us a bit of worry, but their team fighting was much more impactful with the composition they had later into the game. Hello, everyone. My name's Nymaera. If you've been enjoying this League of Legends, you've been enjoying it with me. My name's Nymaera. I am a professional League of Legends caster, and with the LPL no longer having an official broadcast, I do it here on my co-stream instead, and I try and give you a bit more of a taste of that official broadcast experience. I have cast over 2,000 games of Tier 1 League of Legends, including probably about 1,500 games of LPL. I think I would put myself as one of the most veteran and most experienced and knowledgeable people about the LPL on the international scene, and that's why I want to keep doing this, because I believe that I can tell you a lot about these players, about the gameplay, the stories, and the enjoyment that I've had watching these teams, and hope that you can enjoy it there as well. If you'd like to support me, please keep watching here, either on Twitch, YouTube, or on the restream onto Onivia's YouTube as well. There are a couple of places you can support me, including a new sponsor for the stream, who is, I need to make sure I'm not clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Cool. League Mastery, which is a project ran by LEC coach Hedon, who has managed to contact a ton of one-tricks and experts around the scene. And I'm an expert in Japanese curry too. That's true. Yeah, I'm an expert in that as well. But if you scan this QR code or click the link, which will be appearing in chat soon, you'll be able to gain more information about League of Legends in general. If you want to know more about League of Legends as a game, rather than just watching it here and passively soaking and stuff, but actively participate in a lot of these guides. This is a great way to do it. Also, if you want to know about casting, myself and my brother are going to be doing a League casting course, which is actually about casting in general. If you want to just learn how to cast, there's a lot of skills you get to learn from that. But in the next week or so, Sam and I will have that uploaded to the site as well. We're just working out some of the fine details on a contract level with Hedon for that. And if you scan through this, then yeah, we get a little bit back from it. We'll get a cut of that subscription, which is nice for us. We'll also have a Ko-fi link if you'd like to donate to that as well. We are going to play some Umusimi in the break because horse game is horse game. We'll do that now. How large is the client? Perfect, cool, that works out. We'll do that, and we'll have some fun, won't we? All right, I gotta go run some ads. We'll wait for the highlights, and we shall. I clicked the damn thing again. Oh, compliment for Harold. Let me have a think. Actually, Harold, you're already in the League Mastery thing, aren't you? Actually, let me have a think. The force at which you live life is something which I am inspired by. You are very, very good at... Ooh, hang on a second. Do we have a G1 we can run? We do. I think we run this, actually. But, yeah, I really appreciate the... yeah, I really appreciate how you live life at full force. I really appreciate that, I do. We'll run this race. How much have we got? 78,000. We should get to 100,000, luckily. That Baron throw is so crazy. Yeah, honestly, anyone's Legend and Top Easels both took turns at throwing a little bit around big objectives. Not big objectives, just big. Well, yeah, no, around Atakan and Baron. Just LPL Atakan is just not good right now, folks. Okay, we're a late surger. We have decent debuffs. I don't know if we have the power to make it through these. This is still a little bit of a rough position to be in the campaign. My heart and liver hate me, but thank you. Well, you got a big heart. Big enough for all your friends, which I appreciate. Okay, let's see if we get any debuffs. We have decent Witch, so we should get most of them. We've got to get past this whole pace chaser grab. We're going around the outside. Now we have to go through the middle. That's where I think we lose. We're completely stuck in the middle. It's not bad, though. It's going to be like seconds. No. Too many pace chasers. It's okay, but it's whatever. Why is the baby screaming? Rumble. Nope. Ornn MVP. Ornn was really good. Whatever. We still get skill points. That's okay. It's fine. We get some skill points from this too, actually, which is fun. 12% on that. We're not doing training. We're not going to do 3 consecutive races. We'll do the 12% on whip. Nice, cool. Jack level 369. I think 369. Jackal had like that one really bad ride into that fight. I struggle to see like a bad fight from I struggle to see a bad fight from 369. I think we do another race actually. Do we? We don't want to do a. How many fans we got? We'll actually rest. We'll rest. I think we're okay. Our stamina's okay. Howdy. How's it going? I would love another coffee, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Ramp up is okay. Maybe we get ramp up just because it gives us a little bit of extra Okay, it's 40% off. We'll actually get ramp up. Although, yeah, we can't spend too much extra skill points and stuff really. Hey, Sagafax, good to see you. I appreciate you. By the way, Sagafax, this is like a free compliment for you. I do actually appreciate how you're willing to like call out things mid-cast, like when I'm casting. I actually quite appreciate how you are quite willing to like contest things which I say. Like for instance, you were talking about like, you know, like I don't like the way you're talking about honeymoon phase with BLG recently and stuff like that, or like calling it out and stuff like that. I appreciate that you're willing to call stuff out like that in a respectful way. That's actually quite a cool thing to see. Not everyone does that respectfully, you know what I mean? And while I might not agree, I think it's really cool to have that kind of conversation with them. I've noticed that a couple of times. And it's stuck in my brain. So this is a long race. We might get a bit screwed on this, actually. We might get a tad screwed. Hmm. You know what I might do if things... Oh, Sharp Gaze is good. I mean, do we have enough oomph to make it in this late game? Oh, this is okay. Ah, no, we need to finish top 3. This is actually very bad. Do we need to start to finish top 5 or top 3? Well, whatever. We'll auto-resolve 1, and if it doesn't work, we'll actually just redo the campaign, I think. 6? Okay, we just ended that then. Okay, we can't do much with this side. Sucks. Kanavi MVP? I mean, Kanavi wasn't bad. I just think his 369 was much better. Okay, well, that's a failed run. Farming this... Oh, this run is so annoying. This will be like a C+ or something, right? Maybe even a D. C. Yeah, sucks. Okay, who's MVP? We shall see. 369? Hung gets it. Yeah, it's not bad. Just think that 369 is better. Oh, is what it is. Hey, man, get me out, by the way. I forgot to say hi earlier. Did I run adverts yet? I don't think I did. Okay, no, we did run them. Cool. Yes, I did. Cool. Good stuff. Kanavi had a rough game. He's in Worlds form. I think people forget that Kanavi only had like one bad game versus SKT in the T1 in the semifinals. Remember when he had that triple kill bot lane which saved the game versus T1 in game 2 or whatever it was? People don't talk about that because they prefer talking about... Look, let's be honest. If a team is like opposing to like your favorite team, and let's be honest, T1 are the most successful team in however long. People like shitting on the enemy team players without really giving them caveats. Whereas like when T1 lost to DRX in World Finals in 22, people don't give them that same kind. They will give them the caveats. They don't necessarily do that for someone like Kanavi, who actually had a very, very good solo carry Vi game earlier in that game, you know? So I don't think I think it's... Yeah. And then you look at last year, Kanavi was on insane form on JDG. It's just, you know, a team which was, yeah. People are weird about Kanavi, they only mention Bel'Veth death. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They actually don't... I'm not convinced these people actually watch the games very well. You know what I mean? Go for that, we'll go for this. Hello. Thank you. Oh. Go Andrew. Okay. Has anyone got max price show? It's really loud. Oh, damn. Maybe I should.
更是夜拍的高手。OPPO Find X8 系列夜景人像神器，夜拍超清晰人像 MVP。
Do I just keep going for the same thing? I do kind of need this for end closes. I think I put this back to. You give some flustered stuff, don't you? Tether's okay. Subdued front runners. I don't really care about that one so much. What do you give? You give subdued pace chasers, pace chasers, pace chasers. That's a lot of stuff on pace chasers. I think I can replace this though. Maybe I can just replace it for this. Maybe that's better. Yeah, whatever. I reckon this is better. I don't want to go for like just sweep Tosho on its own. Hopefully this is fine. People don't remember the losers. I remember last year at MSI when Knight did a 5-man shockwave against Genji. Yeah, it was the Camille Oriana combo. It was insane. We actually... do this, I think. Camera forward. little bit of wit training. Got a little bit of wit training. Gotta get a little bit smarter. Gotta play the game a little bit smarter. Oh shit, gotta get that stamina up. Oh shit, 5 on wit. Oh, 4. Can't bloody count. Gotta train my wit up. Oh shit, that was just, I lost it. I lost it. It's gone. Can you decide if that accent is Australian or Kiwi? No, I can't. No, because... No, legitimately I can't. Therein lies the issue. So to get into Kiwi, I just remember rugby commenters saying "Bien Smith." Gotta talk about "Bien Smith." For South African, which I'm not nearly as good at, is do you want a cigarette? Do you want a cigarette? Great. Do you want a cigarette? It's all in the vowels. They sound very similar. I guess we go for power. South Africa. No one show this clip to quick shot. I think we were gonna go out and have food with quick shot at some point actually. South African is basically Dutch English to an extent. Yeah. I cannot remember this one. Snapshot on emotions. Speed or power? We go power. Power is actually way more important because it's a speed. And we want to get like as many skill hints as possible, of course, too. Tether's good. Nice, cool. We do not want to go for that. We will rest. I guess I don't remember Worlds from last year. Tarzan was the one that turbo entered World last year, right? No, he was awesome last year. He was awesome last year. No. Tarzan was insane last year at Worlds. No, he was fantastic. Remember, he made it to semi-finals on Weibo. They very nearly beat Genji in the Swiss stage. This is the thing, like, people don't remember the losers very well, and it does genuinely quite worry. Weibo were just outclassed that last year. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think they were actually pretty good, but is Yunara broken in your opinion? Her numbers are too high, but stylistically, no. Stylistically, if you pick dive comps into Yunara, she struggles to survive. Ja, ist zu warm. Scheiß warm. Scheiß finde ich. Hey, Vipation, thank you so much for the prime, I appreciate you. I do need to set up a better alert box so I can keep it on in game as well. What I really need is like a silent alert box and then like a loud alert box so I can have both on. Because I would like to have like notifications come up like in game as well, so at least you can kind of like see it quietly in the corner. You know how LTA and LCS have it. So I feel like it's a nice way to Oh, sorry, Harold. I did see that chat. It was just very long, so I needed to get through some other admin, and then Angie walked in the ADHD. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday. Do you think Fnatic need to change a lot, a little, or just completely change path? I was mulling about this since a lot of their pieces are close to best in role in the region, but it feels like they're not committed to an actual plan. They're also boned because most of their players, if they leave, will upgrade any other team in the region. In my opinion, it's a teardown angle, but I wanted your take on it. I think you can plan around one or two of your special pieces. Whether that's upset or... Hang on a second, did we lose this? Oh shit, that's close. It's fine, no, it's not close. Not even close. Hi, Caitlin. I think clearly the top side needs to change for me. Hey, Mecha, good to see you. I think that changing Poby was a start, and I think actually that will be a positive change. I think clearly Razork and Humanoid are worse than some of their parts. Reading in between the lines of what Razork was saying, him and Humanoid were arguing so much that just any sort of change would have made a difference. And I think it has to a certain extent. Changes at this point in the year are inevitably going to suck. Because you have to play catch up onto a region and a series of players or whatever that have had a head start on you. They've had their teams together for longer. This is what's happening to BLG right now. PLG are having this problem. They've just switched out, like, the most difficult role in League to switch out multiple times in a row. That's a lot of speed. Let's go. We'll figure that out later. Okay, right. Let's get into the game and our second draft of our second series. Potentially, last game of the day, folks. Could be a short one. Anyone's Legend lost on blue side just before this. Toppies was won on red side. Power picks, what's up and available? A Trundle banned away. Rumble is already gone. Yunara's hit the ban list. Has been a high ban rate champion. Talia sticks into my mind. Sanji salutes the outgoing champions. Talia is the big one up in my mind, really. Anything else in there? Well, I suppose with the Trundle ban, could actually, you know, weirdly, this could be a Scion first pick angle. You know, there's no Gwen, there's no Trundle. I think this is either Talia or Scion first pick. Outside angle of something like an Aurora. Scion locked in. Now, Toppies was what do they want to do? You could Aurora top lane. I think it's less good into the Scion compared to, that is what I used to draw on the screen. So I have a little hotbar thing which pops up and allows me to... Cool. Like that. I can do that. I have that kind of power. Production value! 369. Thinking about the Aatrox, I have not liked Aatrox in this meta because you can still lane swap on him post 3 minutes and he kind of sucks after that point. Corki gets locked in, good lane pressure. You can lock in Rel alongside it. Corki Rel has double shred off of Gatling gun and then Rel passive where if she hits you, she steals some of your stats. Still think that Talia is the big piece which is up and available. Or the Aurora, one of the two. Talia or Aurora. Look, I get that the Aatrox is good anti-tank, and it's typically meant to be pretty good into the Scion. Just every time I've seen the Aatrox, it's got lane swapped on, it's got dove at some point between 3 minutes and 7 minutes into the game, something like that. And then the Aatrox falls behind, and is largely useless. Anyone's Legend, if they lock in something like the Orianna, can help keep it at arm's length as well. Anyone's Legend will be playing front to back. Top Esports would like to play towards more of a flanking opportunity. Hi, Aphelios. EDG Aphelios, of course. As is typical here. Flandre, of course, won Worlds on EDG. That's why the EDG faithful sometimes come out to support him. Anyone's Legend, they choose the Orianna just in case the Talia comes in as well. They can now play the Orianna winning side of the lane matchup. Orianna beats Talia in lane. Vi is pretty good into Aatrox. He tries to escape and then auto-attack back. But if Vi Orianna hits you with a shockwave combo, Aatrox doesn't get to heal because he's dead in the CC duration if it's strong enough. Rel, yeah, not a bad lock-in for top esports. Not a bad lock-in. We talked about it being a good lane with the Corki double shred. Good early power from both of them. Top esports on the whole have good early power here. Can ban away some extra AD carries from anyone's Legend. I think they ban away Xayah, probably. Xayah's a good ban away. Could also ban away Ezreal. Xayah, Ezreal are the two which I think are more problematic for top esports. Top esports will lose some mid laners here. I'd imagine Aurora, Talia banned away, maybe the Victor. Depends what you really care about. I think they're... Okay, that's the thing. Top esports probably have 3 viable mid laners here, at least. They have Aurora, they have Talia, they have Victor. All 3 of them are fine lock-ins. Do anyone's Legend with that in mind, ban away junglers instead, because there's no point banning away mid laners. They do ban away the Aurora. I was wondering actually if it's better than to lock away junglers. They could ban away something like Poppy into the Vi. Could ban away something like the Skarner, potentially as well. Whereas Toppies would ban the Poppy themselves, and they ban the Sivir, which is like, look, Jackalove and Hope were battling for LPL titles because both of them were so damn good at Sivir back in 2022. All of that year, and then kind of going into 2023 as well. Sivir, and then going in towards Zeri as well, were nasty as hell. Talia banned away, so I suppose it's Victor for Cream, most likely, unless they have something else to play around. Jarvan available, and if you, well, if you play Jarvan, Orianna kind of hurts a lot. It's a squishy team for top esports if you do this. You could go towards something like that Skarner or the Sejuani. That being said, Skarner and Sejuani feel pretty bad with Aatrox as a top jungle 2v2. Little low damage. It's not like you have like Renekton and Sejuani. Akali instead? Okay, leaving jungle to the last pick. Cream goes towards Akali, a comfort pick of his, and Hope and Kyle immediately slam the Kalista Renata. Okay. Now that's a little bit different. Good anti-dive with the Renata and the Orianna. and the Scion holding the front line. I think anyone's Legend have a pretty damn good front to back. And thank you so much for the super chat there, Moises over in Onevia. Hello, seeing you from Peru. Well, I'm seeing your chat all the way from Berlin. It's casting some games happening, in this case in Shanghai, China. We are a multinational effort, we are, all across the globe. Last pick of that Jarvan, locked in. Jarvan into Renata. Can, with the Callista, if you just get the Renata, she can get pulled out by the Callista roll. Callista can hop away. I think anyone's Legend come away with a much better draft. Top esports do have early power. They can punish mistakes, but their composition is harder to play. I also think if they are the ones on the objective, they don't have great objective damage, and they get shredded by it very easily. Top esports normally like to be on the objective first, and then fight back off of it. I think they've given themselves a very difficult draft to play. Very, very difficult. Hey, Zara, thanks for the 10 stream streak. Appreciate you. Anyone's Legend, much more comfortable draft. This is front to back. They have laning power. They have, you know, a strong mid lane, laning phase. Top lane of the Sun and Aatrox is fine. A little bit losing, of course, at points. Somehow, Top esports are going to have to make this one work. I don't think the champions switched route into the right order there. There might have actually been a bit of an error there. I wonder whether they couldn't switch their champions in time. Might have to remake the draft. Oops. Did they switch in time? No. That would be an Aatrox support and a Rel mid. That's not how League of Legends is played right now. Perhaps in your games they are, but not in this one. Renata is a turbo pick here. I agree. I think Renata Callista Renata is really, really good in the spot which they had it in. That's why they locked it in so easily there.
And silver.
True. Rel mid lane. There were points where I saw Rel all over the place. I saw Rel top lane at points, because she could shred resist and had surprisingly good base damages at points. SOFM, Snake OFM. Damn. You don't like him, you screwed the Shy over in 22. No. The Shy screwed the Shy over in 22. You and your revisionist history. The Shy was down and out for a little while, folks. Came back in 2023 for Weibo, and did a hell of a good job there, of course. The Shy, legit the best top laner in the league in 2022. Oh, I'm not sure about that one. Also, a lot of people really dunk on Hope for that year. Not Hope, on for that year, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure, anyway. Was that the year where On was on? Was that Weibo 22 with On as their support? So I seem to remember a lot of people really blame him for throwing that series. Yeah, they're gonna have to remake the Champions Select, folks, because you know what? Screw it. They can do a little bit more of this then. They haven't been able to switch their champions at times in time from what we can see, so they'll have to remake it. All good. I think the Shy across the entire year was the best. Was that the year where he went like 1 and 9 on the cannon though? Just asking. Get a skill. We hopefully get like a debuff skill here. Yep. That'll happen. 21 was On coming in to replace Sword Art. I don't remember 22. I was 21, which I'm thinking on then. This is skill points. 10 energy for those skill points. We take those. This is good. We get another skill training hit. Good. Wayward was the best in spring. Oh yeah, that was when Wayward was actually very good for a little while, and then things fell apart horribly for him, sadly. We got a little bit of power in here. Got a little bit of power. Hopefully we don't fail the training when we live in synth. Nah, you shit. This is strength. Or stamina. Power, nice. Power, yeah. Nicer. We try this. We never fail 16%, and we don't start today. But Alex, even when the Shy goes 1 and 9, he can still be the best, right? Sometimes. Sometimes. I actually think we rest on this one. Yeah, we rest on this one. Nice. This is mood up, or what's the other one actually? Not my style. Energy and mood, or speed and power. We actually go for the speed and power because we have high mood and we're full energy. Go. Nice. We want to race in late December. This is pretty good. But it's friendship training anyway. Yeah, we go for this. I remember the Shire Zero and Anivia top. I remember that too. 23 finals, the Shy sprinted it down, right? He was playing for Weibo. Yes, he did, and it was an awful series. Do not make any mistakes around that. However, like, that wasn't necessarily his fault, because his team never covered his lane. They gave counter pick away to Zeus in, like, his, you know, one of his best years, you know? And then expected it to go well. Wait, where do we get the mid down from? What? We go for this, I guess. Yeah, they're remaking the draft first because there was a problem with changing. We don't want medium corners. I think the top one gives you pace strategy. So we want to run on this one. Mystifying Murmur is pretty good, but also I think we go light. I think Sharp Gaze is good. Something happened. Why doesn't the game start? Moises. No, Moises, I've been talking about this already. They weren't able to change their picks after the draft, which meant that they can't, like, properly play the game because they had like a Rel mid and Aatrox support. So they'll just be remaking it with things in pick order and it should be fine. This is actually really bad. This is really bad. We can't do anything about it though. We just have to try and run through the pace. We probably lose this. This sucks. I think we're finally into game, actually. Oh, finally? Okay, alright. That guess I need to put this... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, well, I'll turn this... I'll turn this off and I'll just have to have it on the background then, I guess. Oh, well. Is what it is. I could have actually held that and not on 4x speed. Into the game we go. Also, you'd be happy to know, I think we actually just win the race anyway. We're actually just good at League of Legends. Nice, cool. What's the ad on the top left? It's not an ad. It's not an ad, it's a game I play during the breaks because it keeps me entertained. And I find that fun. Into game we go, finally. Let's get ourselves into it. Just need to make sure we get ourselves through this one event. Should be fine. Hey, there's Gyos.
敌军还有30秒到达战场，碾碎他们。
Yeah, Moises, it was wrong pick order. Basically what happened was, Rel was in mid lane, Aatrox was in support. They couldn't switch their picks. So if you listen to what we've been saying, it's not wrong picks, it's the wrong pick order. So different people had the wrong champions. They weren't able to switch their champions in time, it would seem, so they've remade the draft to make sure that they get the right picks. Jackalov is playing the new Corki skin, by the way. The Chicken Jackie. Chicken Jackie. Oh my god. Chicken Jackie. Oh. The things we discover here in League of Legends. 400,000 spotted on the top side. No, Chicken Jackie. That's the joke. No, okay, wait, I'll enunciate that later. Jackie Love getting a good trade here with the early Gatling gun. Rend on the other side is nice, but HP taken off of an AD carry matters more. Then onto support. Jackulov taking some decent damage. They flip back. Hope getting some great damage back now himself, though. Jackulov has nothing down, and the Chicken Jackie goes down. Hope skewers him, makes him into kebabs. Hung only the level 1. One more auto attack needed. Will be able to get things back. 1 for 1, but the kill goes towards support. The lane is in an awful state for top esports. As they, top esports. The wave is gonna be hard to push into the turret. I think Kyle can hold this wave entirely here. This is awful for top esports. Look where that wave is. They're already going to be down CS. Yeah, a little bit. They're going to be down so much XP. I'm going to get some damage down there in the mid lane. Kanavi might be able to flag drag onto Shanks, but he's not even able to even do that. Shanks can even trade back onto him. Takes a chunk of the HP. Who has the better draft? I missed it. For me, I think Anyone's Legend have the much better draft. Top esports, they have some good early power, but particularly now losing the early kill in the bot lane and losing it like this, now things are screwed. Top esports are playing through early power, good laning phase, then hopefully able to use that to create aggressive dive combinations with multiple flanks. You've lost the early kill in bot lane, that's a problem. Anyone's Legend, if they manage to play around strong 5v5s later, they have a much better front line, they have much better protection for their back line. And while top esports do have good damage, on the other side, you know what happens if Vi Orianna goes on to the Corki, goes on to the Aatrox, tries to flank, pretty much team fight over. Oh yeah, let's ask Kites in chat whether who's winning, because they have incredible curse potential. So the crash down, oh my god, the Corki is so loud. Oh my god, stop it. You are so loud. You know what? You were removed from... No, I'm sorry. You were removed from having audio privileges just 1 second. Oh my god, it is so loud. Fine, we'll add it back in now. It still keeps going. Why is it not stopped? The Corki is dead. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. He's on it again. Shut up for 1 second. They must kill him for the sake of our eardrums. Kyle has himself the bailout and will be able to revive. Tarzan goes down. Bad tower aggro juggling. Top esports get themselves 2 in the bot side dive. Oh, God, that Gatling gun is so loud. I'm going to have to turn down... I'm going to turn down the volume just in case he comes on screen again. Oh, Jesus, these yordles are so loud. The rumble now, the Corki. God forbid we want to have a game without suffering from tinnitus. Jeez. Okay, let's settle in. Kanavi gets a camp steal away. Tarzan died on the bot side of the map, which means that Kanavi can get in for that camp steal. Did he get... He got topside scuttle. He gets a Gromp. He'll get himself his Krugs. His first back of the game is going to be pretty good. Like, Tarzan is going to be able to get it. He did get that tunneler on the first back just to kill gold. What happens here, then? Oh, thank God, it's slightly less loud now. Jekyll jump forwards, gets himself away from Tarzan. Ren comes through. But the kill goes on to Jekyll onto Kyle. And Tarzan retakes aggro, which is a problem for him. I guess it was the red buff which took aggro from that. Chinese League is very interesting how they kill each other at every moment. That's one of the reasons we love the LPL, Moises. That's one of the reasons we love it. Anyway, I'll buy it. Yeah, Top Esports is winning this one. So, everyone, we now know that Anyone's Legend will win this game. Okay. Hunking around the back of mid lane. Can he force the flash? I don't know. Nah, Cream's not really in position to follow up. Needs to get that farm from under turret. Loses a little bit of HP. Cream will be happy to take the HP advantage. I'm not a curse. It's not real. I'm not saying anything of the sort. I am actually completely. Q out of Fog of War, full charge onto that. One of the nasty things about Sion is that he can just chunk you out of Fog of War and things go really, really badly. LPL's been cooking lately. Yeah, but I think this one's like overcooked, where people are just like throwing salmon across the kitchen. You're trying to cook something on a hot air balloon. It's very, very difficult. It might look fun, but is it actually good? Hang on. The ult's not great from Flandre. Said, hang on a second. Flandre might just die here. The ult from Cream will be able to get CM out. The shockwave's not fantastic. There is a dead Sion trying to get things through. And somehow, Cream not only gets the kill, but he gets the Dragon as well. Cream will have to clean up another one. It's a double kill to the Akali. Kanavi goes down, but they get themselves 2 kills and the Dragon. Cream even gets himself a couple of Ultimate Hunter stacks from this reminder as well, because he's going for the thing. He has the thingy runes, Electrocute. I presume he's gone for Ult Hunter. Might be the Treasure Hunter for the extra gold, but you'd imagine it's the Ult cooldown. Top Esports, they need that early plays. That's pretty good for them, all things said and done. Flandre, really bad entry into that fight, and also the Shockwave from Shanks did not get any value. Not really. The ult splits the uprights, gets a little bit of damage onto Cream, but not that much. The flag drag gets some good value. Cream gets out of distance. Like the way that he uses his R and his E in different parts. What happens out here? Navi. Oh, the 5-point strike ends up getting it. Sion ends up getting the kill onto Navi there in the backside. If that jump force onto Hope forces the flash out, Nicholas loses most of the HP. What's Hope's win rate on the Kalista? I can have a check, Jeep. I can have a check. Across this year, you know, funnily enough, let's have a look across the entire year. Let's have a look across the entire year. He is 100% win rate this year on Kalista, 5-0. They haven't played it in this split so far. Where's the center, actually? Center's 50-50, 2-2. Might have just gone up to 3-2 that last game. I'm not sure if the stats have updated. But he's 5-0 so far on the Kalista this year. Hope and Kyle have been very good around playing through win conditions through bot lane on the whole. That being said, I think Hope's most impressive champion has been his Kai'Sa by far. What's his Kai'Sa winner across the year? 65% over 20 games. It's actually very high considering a lot of them are international as well and in finals and the like. Fights over the grubs. Oh, the anti-synergy! Oh, the anti-synergy is horrid! Handshake out of the combo. Tarzan will die. A dunk onto the backline. Creep tries to get onto Hope. How much damage has he realistically got left though? Waiting for cooldowns. Gets a little bit onto Hope. Surely that should have been an easy kill for anyone's legend, but the handshake out of the path of that Q was horrid. 2 grubs for top esports. Won't stick around for a third. Anyone's legend. The teamfight execution has not been there in these skirmishes, I suppose, rather than team fights. God damn. Poorly played in the last few fights. Flandra splitting the uprights. Kyle stopping the Vi Q from landing. Nasty. Oh god, the Corky Gatling comes back with Avengers. Ah, this is just comedy of errors. Everyone misses everything. The Renata ult does actually go pretty well there. Shockwave, not the best again. Splits up the team. Thank God the replay ends because the Gatling gun ends. Shanks doesn't have flash. He's dead. He's going to die here. Goes over to Jackulov. 3 kills on Cream. Now 2 kills on Jackulov. If you look at the full carries of top esports, this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 kills on Jackulov. I'll have you know, by the way, I was very accurate on my predictions last week. In the good or the negative way. Right. Oh my god. It is a joke. If you'd like me to stop, I will stop. Blue buff taken away by Tarzan. What happened here? Ah, flash away from the flag drag of Kanavi, who has been everywhere in this early game. Hasn't got the kills, but ton of assists. In the good way. Okay. All right. I'm going to be asking in the post-match thread if they still think anyone's legend is better than IG. You know what? There's some logic to that. That's why the top of the table of LPL is so entertaining right now. All of the top 4 teams have actually had very close or flippy or inconsistent series against each other, which means it's very hard to... You can basically headcanon your own top 4. Now, what's the top 4 right now? Oh god, that's really hard. I think it's probably top esports, so... 1? Doesn't really sound convincing though, does it? Then I think BLG are 4th, you know? I think they've fallen out of the top 3. Flash away from Kanavi. Doesn't have the flag drag. Will he be forced to flash and turn? Yes, he does. Flashes away from it. Ulted onto 369's around. The Aatrox is not doing bad here, but the Shockwave has taken down Kanavi already. It's 4v2 now. Ult out from the Akali. What's happening on the rest of the map? There might be a dive onto Hope on the other side. Instead, actually, Hung putting down vision on the bot side. Good shockwave from Shanks this time. Can he get onto Hope? He doesn't have flash, does have barrier. Hung, what he can do is wait until the barrier is used and then break it with his Q. 369's in a bit of trouble now. There's no flash from Tarzan. Means he couldn't connect with that Q cleanly. 369 blows this easily. Kyle finds out Hung. They find out each other, really. Handshake. That's a lot of damage very, very quickly. Hope has the bailouts on him. Kyle standing and fighting. 369 getting hit by the Q this time, and he's just overstayed. Why have you overstayed like that, 369? Poor stuff from him on the Aatrox. He's had a couple of poor games on it this split, and this is what I don't like about the Aatrox. You get behind the game. He's down by 1,000 gold. The Aatrox feels useless. Top esports will get themselves their second dragon, it looks like. I don't think that'll be contested. Nope, not with Tarzan on the top side of the map. Wait, the top... Wait. You're saying the top 4 are IG, the Shy, Rookie, Gala. So you're not even listing other teams. We're just listing IG players now. All right. Good to know. IG's most recent stinker was their 3rd most recent series. That's fair. Yeah. That being said, I don't think the BLG series was convincing. Blast in that 2nd game, and the 3rd game was a bit of a gift. The 1st game was a bad late game as well. Oritzina, hey, good to see you. Long time no see. One of the more frequent Redditors. Run into their name a fair amount. Nice to follow him. So, top esports have themselves a minor gold lead. I don't think that's enough, honestly. Oh, well, what about your list? Your list... Wait, your top 4 LPL teams are Anyone's Legend, Bro, FlyQuest, and Poby. Okay, well, it's certainly entertaining. Creative. creative, you know? Anyone else got any top 4 lists they want to put out into the ether? JackLove jumping forwards, jumping over the command attack. Blue buff, started by Tarzan, invaded onto. Can he kill this in time? Smite from Tarzan, he gets it. Karnavi didn't smite away. Jump onto Shanks. He doesn't have flash right now. Tarzan can jump over the wall, and there's a redemption to help things as well. I don't think it's enough, though. The redemption might help. Where is that ult? Flash forwards. JackLove flashes away. Doesn't have to cleanse out. It's going to get him to be a real mess, though. Tarzan gets one last Q. Cream getting damage on the backside of it. Hope. How much HP has he got left? Flash forwards from Cream, and that will be the end of the Kalista. Top Esports clean up. How many kills back-to-back? 4 for 1 right now. Flandra walks in, but he's too late to the party. He wasn't invited, I assume. Just have to clean up the red cups after it. Top Esports get themselves a huge, monolithic fight on the top side. We'll stick around to clear out this mid-wave. Awesome reactions from JackLove. Hard to avoid a Renata ult flash. Did manage to do so anyway. If he was caught in there, I think that fight goes completely differently. By the way, Cream has 10 Dark Seal stacks. Holy moly. The only thing I hate about JackLove is the fact that he's playing the Corki with a really loud E sound. Gets Shockwave, has the barrier. This is the impressive bit coming right up. Great flash away. Knows he can just about get out in time. Using the move speed of Phage to get out of there. And then the Aatrox gets some kill anticipation as well. Some split kills. A kill to each of the carries. Top Esports get away with a huge fight in the top side jungle. That Triforce, the Phage passive, really helping JackLove there. I'm actually not sure he'd get out of that Renata ult without move speed, you know? Not sure. Not sure. Tarzan needed to ult Corki into Renata ult. Yes, but he also needed to ult over the wall to get auto attacks down. I think it was right for him to get in there, because remember, he ulted him into the Shockwave. And it also meant that he could be on the other side of the wall auto-attacking. Vi's Q had just been used, didn't have another way over the wall. I think what you can arguably say is -1 JackLove. We saw him miss that cannon there. Teleports in. Herald available. Anyone's Legend. I think they'd still rather fight around objectives. Play around a front to back. But, you know, Shanks is he's gone for Rod of Ages, which I think is a problem in this game. I know you have to deal with a lot of damage, but you have a frontline. Trust in your frontline to keep you alive. He's also down 1,000 gold. Shanks is not going to do that much damage. Has the level 11. Can he get much value out of that? Flag drag not hitting from Kanavi. Ultimate comes through. Where's that Shockwave? Doesn't need it right now. Cream gets an awesome angle into the backline. The Shanks Shockwave buys time, but is it enough? No, not just yet. Both the carries down from Annual's Legend. Where is their damage? A little bit from Tarzan. That'll help. They managed to take down Cream. 2 for 2 as it stands with the smite going down for Top Esports. Tarzan is Q. Just about gets him out to safety. Kanavi dying means that Top Esports can't cleanly take the Herald. It's a 2 for 2, but you can see the awesome angle from Cream. Puts AL into disarray. The Shockwave very nearly buying space and time for Anyone's Legend, but it's a Rod of Ages. 1,000 gold deficit Orianna. It's not really the game-changing Shockwave. We currently have, folks, 21 kills in 16.5 minutes. These teams have thrown themselves against the wall. The Duality music video. Anyone can see Desecration of Martyr and Me. That's a different song. That's actually psychosocial. That's fine. It's fine. We'll try Slipknot a little later. Awesome CC combo onto Kanavi. Goes down. But Cream, great angle into the backline. Even the Shockwave doesn't really do enough. Maybe if it was a little bit more fed, different items, perhaps it would make a difference. Not quite. Tarzan flashes over the Aatrox to stop the body block. It's an 800 gold shutdown from that, by the way. Cream losing the Dark Seal stacks. Fairly relevant, actually. Herald will go down to Anyone's Legend. Feats of Strength already in for Top Esports, worth noting. That's important. There are some really important boots they can get for that. The different boots with the shields on them are quite nice. The percent pen ones from Cream are really, really nice to see him over to the 2 items. You get those boots in. It's actually really nice for that. Cream's going to get himself first turret in this bot side. Herald goes into mid lane. Will kill off the entire turret. Top Esports, they don't have an easy defense to this, actually. Not the best wave clear from their team. Herald will die. Even with the 1 grub, they'll be able to take this turret. The turret for turret trade, mid lane outer is, of course, the more important one. 369 pushing in towards top side. They have 2 grubs. Do they have Demolish? Yes, he does. He'll take this as well. 2 for 1 in the turret trade now. 369 didn't push up initially because he didn't want to get caught out overstaying. He managed to close the gold deficit a little bit in his lane through the last couple of fights in the turrets. He doesn't see Shanks here. Fire's coming up. He does need to back off. Tarzan heading up. Dragon taken by Top Esports. Early sold point for Top Esports. I think the macro from Top Esports is better at this point. They see the Herald coming through. They know they won't be able to get a clean fight off of it, though. Or at least they avoid it. Don't necessarily know. Get 2 side lane turrets, get Dragon. And Yours Legend trying to pick up some jungle camps to, again, be even up their side of the trade deal a little bit easier. They take that down. Push up towards the top lane now. Shanks staying in top lane. So, okay. Lots of macro happening. Lots of trades back and forth. Both these teams willing to take bits and pieces across the map. So it is, in total, mid lane and top lane outer turret to Yours Legend. It is top lane and bot lane outer turrets to Top Esports. But they also get a dragon on top of that too. Top Esports, I suppose giving gold individually to solo laners, whereas the mid lane outer turret from Anyone's Legend was split between members. The actual gold value, I think, is better on Top Esports, but mid lane outer turrets is strategically a better turret to take. You can see that it's actually quite a close trade, all things said and done. However, the dragon sold point for Top Esports, their 3rd dragon, will be a macro tool which Top Esports can use very, very soon. Kalista without dragons really sucks. Kalista really wants to be getting dragons early. But, you know, the Kalista is 1,000 gold behind. Going to really struggle to survive through the diving pair of the Jarvan and this incredibly fair Akali. Perhaps Atakan can come to Annual's Legends rescue again. Very nearly won them that last game. Not quite. Not quite. But Atakan has been where LPL teams have struggled the most. The team which takes the Atakan, I feel just loses the game. I really don't like. Now, Atakan has been played by LPL teams. We've had this talk on stream a little bit before recently, but LPL does not adapt well to new objectives. Whether that was the change from 1 Herald to 2 Heralds, or from Heralds to Grubs, all the way from 2 Grub spawns to 1 Grub spawns. LPL has struggled with each of these early game objective changes. Carl jumps onto, Handshake not able to stop the combo. Anything changing after that? No, just a little bit of HP off. Really leading to too much. So didn't IG just lose this game with, by picking Kalista? IG is probably the best of 5 team right now in LPL. I think IG are definitely the team that can bounce back from humiliating losses the best. Because they just like, yep, we entered, we'll go again. I appreciate that. I actually do genuinely appreciate that. None of our top teams are immune to inting. Cream's on a great angle here. It's Atakan time again, folks. Start your stopwatches and see if it's time of death. 369 takes weapon the guys. Please peel off of this Atakan. Please, Top Esports, don't do this to us again. 369 took way too much damage from this. But now, guys, you're tanking it again. Top lane wave getting interrupted. Tarzan jumping into the brush. They're corralling themselves. But they don't have HP on the Aatrox. Aatrox took too much damage from the Atakan. Jumping in now, trying to get onto that Kyle support. Not able to reposition that well. The ultimate from Renata not fantastic. And Ricard, the Aatrox goes straight into the play. Hope is pulled back a metric mile. But the Aatrox W is pulled back into his demise. It is a bloodbath. Top Esports lose 3, but Jack 11 369 survive. Tarzan and Flandra live. 3 for 3. The Atakan with no clear victor, no smite for Top Esports to secure the objective. I said, oh man, the Rakan, he's going to be the one picking into the fight. Flubbed a couple of words there. Jesus. 3 for 3. This is why we're afraid of the Atakan. This is why we're afraid of it. That's why I said Aatrox, not the Rakan. I was like, no, I can't just say that. Blood. There's no Rakan on the bloody map, is there? Kyle gets blitzed. And even though the Aatrox is quite low HP, manages to fight back very effectively. The Renata ultimate is not that valuable. And 369 flashes in for a huge Q. Cream goes wild. How does he get burst out so effectively? I mean, Hope actually gets damage off him, that's fine. The Bale comes to after that. 3 for 4? Sorry, the Scion died. 3 for 4. Yep, Flandra died. Yep, 3 for 4. Messy, because Scion doesn't turn up as a death until his passive dies, so I just quickly scan on the side. just to see if I can say something timely. Now we'll be trading, hang on, trading Atakan for mid lane turret. Now, top esports are okay with this if they can get the dragon in 40 seconds. What they want to do is give up Atakan, push in mid lane, push in bot lane, and get better setup for this next objective. If they get Mountain Soul, they don't care about giving up the Atakan. San's ulting to get into position. There's only 30 seconds left on the dragon setup. Anyone's Legend are behind on the dragon setup. They have no vision on bot side. They must push out. They must get in position for this. Using that Sion ultimate removes them as an important tool in the team fight, though. I wonder if that's a mistake. I wonder if that's a huge mistake. Top East will still have great vision control. They have Flash on Jackulov. Hope does not have that. Jackulov, if he flashes well, might be the difference. If they collapse on 369, please don't get caught like this. He has that passive down, has the Sun Disguise while pops the ult quickly. They manage to go onto Kyle again. He has no flash, and that's not a bad shockwave. The jungler's down. Top East must cleanly close the fight now. They've lost their smite. They must win the fight. Tarzan goes in for an ult. The Aatrox getting lower. He'll die as well. The Atakan getting decent value through there as well. But Hope is down as well. They have no DPS. Jackulov, he has flash. He has barrier. He can keep jumping forwards. There's no damage on this Orianna. And Jackulov rules the field. Anyone's Legend will lose the Mountain Soul despite killing the smite. Top Esports will win the fight because Anyone's Legend delayed their setup. They took the Atakan and were not prepared on the bot side of the fight. Top Esports, better macro, better decision making around the big objectives. You can see how Anyone's Legend were not prepared for that fight on bot side. They tried for a quick snatch and grab at Aatrox. They get engaged onto. Top Esports made the correct decision to give Atakan to win the soul. Jackulov not even needing to use the flash in that play. This was a macro fight in the last minute or so. And I really think it was a bad decision for Shanks to go towards this Rod of Ages as well. Once Hope dies, Shanks just does not have the damage. Good knock up onto Kyle, who didn't have the best ability to reset. Goes down very, very easily. The Renata ultimate not even used. Kanabi trading his life saying, I will die to make sure that the Renata ultimate doesn't win the fight. And as soon as Hope is dead, where's your damage? Jackulov just gets to jump forwards. Has barrier, has himself the upgraded steel caps as well, by the way. We said those feats of strength are important for them. They can bully off a little bit more damage. And they win the fight easily. Good macro from Top Esports around that last play. Kyle getting caught. Kyle's had a bad series, folks. Compared to what we know from Kyle, this is a poor showing. Anyone's Legend so often win games entirely through jungle support. I don't think Tarzan's had a bad series per se, but I do think Kyle has now. Caught out way too many times on the Rakan. Way too many times on the Renata now too. 1 and 4, but all of those 4 deaths are in important moments, I feel. Most of them have been anyway. ADC to get gap is so hard to see. Yeah, I think that Hope has been destroyed by Jackulov in this game. And there are good reasons why, when I look at MVP candidates for this split, I think about Jackulov. Jump in from Hung. Just to jump onto Corki on the other side, though. He still has flash, and there's just no follow-up. The shockwave does not land well enough onto him. Decent damage, but can they kill him? I don't think so. Top Esports with the Mountain Soul are just too tanky. Extra shields, extra ability to just go the distance. 3 for none. Not a bad play onto Jackulov, but he's just too tanky. The upgraded boots, the Mountain Soul, it gives you so much extra shield to cut through. Top Esports will get the Baron, and their play around objectives has just been better. Top Esports are the team that will set up an objective in advance in the LPL. I know it seems like a silly thing to say, but most teams in the LPL would rather walk into an objective than be on it in the first place. Top Esports, they're the ones which would rather do that. And I have to say, and I think it works out so much, he's on vision. He is on vision, and he flashes onto the double bot laners. And Hope is just immediately dead. That is unforgivable by Hope and Kyle. The bot diff is huge in this game. Jackulov and Hung have been so much better than Hope and Kyle. How's the gold lead now? About 6,000. Mountain Soul. Can Anyone's Legend survive through it in Elder Flip? What patch is this? This is 0.16. 0.16, Eric. 0.16. Well, congratulations to 1,000 Kites, who's correctly predicted that Top Ears was likely winning this game. Of course, not over yet. 3 items for Jackulov now. 10 stack Medjai's for Cream. Ghost pop by Kyle to unlock his heal again. Yeah, shout out to Flandra. Flandra's doing his best on the Scion. It's not like you can do that much, though, in these kind of team fights. Top Esports are setting up an objective first, which means that anyone's legend can't play front to back that easily. I think that Shanks has been so poor in this second game too. The Shockwaves haven't been on bad targets. It's just he's fallen behind so much gold, and the Shockwaves have been backed up by a Rod of Ages instead of, you know, a Seraph into something a bit higher damage. 369, hang on a second, flashing forward, trying to catch out Aatrox. He has ult, he has flash, he has a lot of healing. The redemption's coming through, and he's getting a lot out of it. How much can he get? The Sunder Sky comes through. That's a lot used for just the Aatrox. The Renata ult goes into Narnia. The Lion, the Witcher, the audacity of this Renata, apparently. Completely with the ultimate. Jacqueline will get himself a triple. He'll maybe even get himself more than that. Can he get himself a quadra? They might just gift it over to him. Goes to the Akali instead. Top Esports clean the fight after way too much was used on the Aatrox, and the Renata ult goes wide. Kyle, poor game from him. We expect much better. Top Esports, a 2-0. And in our tour of top teams over the last week, Top Esports seemingly coming out the best of it from our top 4 teams. Losing to Invictus Gaming, but beating Anyone's Legend and BLG. You can make a strong argument for them being best team in the LPL right now. They're certainly top of the table. Time will only tell if that will stay the case. Top Esports will go to 10-2. Jackulov, great series from him. Anyone's Legend, their macro around these late game objectives, oddly poor. Oddly poor. 44 kills in an under 30-minute game. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's a statistic as well. Blood on the Rifts. Thankfully not blood on the dance floor. That band has been consigned to the annals of history. God, what an awful band. Top Esports. Looking slick. We were wondering what was going to happen after, you know, bit of a rocky series versus BLG, whose early game rocked them quite hard, and then IG, who beat them 2-1. Anyone's Legend, we thought that perhaps they had bounced back well. They did beat IG. They did beat BLG. Lost to Top Esports. The top 4, very interesting. Very, very interesting now. Well, thank you for joining us for today's series, folks. My name's Nymaera. And I hope you've been enjoying some LPL action. I've turned my camera off. I did that. Yes, I did do that, didn't I? Hello, everyone. I'm back again. That'll be our stream today. If you'd like to support continued LPL content, please keep watching, commenting, subscribing, telling your friends about it, sharing it where you can. And overall, just enjoying the content. We're not paid to do this. I spend hundreds of hours every month bringing you LPL content because, one, I enjoy doing it, but also because there is no LPL official broadcast anymore. If you want to have a full broadcast experience of the LPL, this is one of the closest things you can get to it. If you'd like to support on this QR code, which gives you access to coaching resources to learn more about League of Legends, and also some casting courses are coming up there on Sam and I soon as well. You can either click through the link there, and part of your subscription will go towards us, or you can donate to our Ko-fi, that thing as well, to help things out as well. This will be the end of the stream for today. We'll see if we're streaming tomorrow. I've been streaming quite a lot recently, and Sam's not been around. Yeah, Angie's over there. Angie's over there as well. But thank you everyone for joining, and we will see you next time.